Chapter 3441. Shen Shang rarely sees the black tortoise beast, and it is still a very strange fire black tortoise beast. Now he sees it, but it is frozen and sealed. What surprised him most was that there was another teleportation formation in the black tortoise beastly body. Because of the previous experience, Shen Shang was already prepared when he was transmitting, and he had guessed many possibilities, but never thought that the teleportation formation would appear in a huge beastly body that was sealed. This place is really cold. What is the seal of the black tortoise beast? Shen Shang was in a cold wind, and it seemed that a strong blizzard was brewing. This is a super seal. It should be more than just sealing the black tortoise beast. It is a seal of this area, and everything inside it is frozen. Feng Ke said, "You will leave this area soon. If the power of the next seal breaks out, you may be frozen." This scared Shen Shang hastily called the dragon horse and then rode the dragon horse to fly. How big is this place? Shen Shang flew for half an hour, and the blizzard became more and more intense. Originally he let dragon horse fly as he meant, but he found that dragon horse seemed familiar with it, and then he let dragon horse fly by instinct. "I don't know, I looked in the memory of the two imperial dragon gods." Bai Yuyu said, "They should know some." Bai Yuyu soon got the result and said, "The place you are in is called Snow Seal, very vast. It is said that this snow was sealed because two formation grandmasters left behind after the contest." Two formation grandmaster contests. Shen Shang was secretly stunned in his heart, but he almost killed him. He has to leave this place now. Sister Yuyu, the two imperial dragon gods. How did they go to the fifth layer before? Did the teleportation formation in Ox Head Mountain destroy them? Shen Shang asked. It was their destruction, but they didn't go through the teleportation formation, but instead took the dragon horse and flew to the fifth layer after a few days of flying. Bai Yuyu said. Shen Shang can only make the dragon horse fly faster, otherwise he may have to be frozen here, and the ice-cold power is getting stronger and stronger. A few days later, dragon horse finally took Shen Shang out of the snow and died. The dragon horse was also frozen and needed a break for a period of time. Fortunately, Shen Shang got two dragon horses and he could use them. It's finally coming to a normal place. Is it supposed to be a land of innocence? Shen Shang lay on a pile of rocks and looked at the glaring sun in the air. No, there are still 9 small inside this sun. Shen Shang sat up fiercely, and after a careful look, there were 9 small fireballs after the strong sunlight. There is not much improvement in the atmosphere of this ingenious place. Shen Shang secretly sensed violent soul power, which is a little stronger than in the 5th layer. I finally came to this place. I don't know if I can find the sun-old ancestor in Ji Tong. Shen Shang recalled that after crossing the 1st layer world-defying Soul River, he came here all the way, during the various things that happened during the period, like what happened yesterday. Shen Shang doesn't dare to ride the dragon horse now, fearing that it will be known by the Imperial Dragon Palace, but he is about the same speed as the Divine Mirror of 6 Paths, and he can make Divine Mirror of 6 Paths stealth. Divine Mirror of 6 Paths flying low on the wasteland, after a period of time, finally came to a green area with mountains and water, and violent soul power seemed to be richer. Through the green space, Shen Shang came to an ancient forest. Where is there in this place? I don't know much. Shen Shang came out of the Divine Mirror of 6 Paths and climbed onto a big tree to observe the environment. There are of course people in the land of innocence, and the people here are very strong. Little poison woman, do you have herbs here? Shen Shang asked He Fengyuan in Divine Mirror of 6 Paths. He Fengyuan can see many flowers under the forest from inside. Neither. Do you think the precious high-level herbs will be like wild grass wildflowers everywhere? He Fengyuan said with no anger. If it is high-level herbs, there must be a vision nearby. Shen Shang snorted and then jumped on the tree like a monkey, jumping around between the trees. He wanted to find out if he could find herbs, because he felt that there was no one in the woods. And the gas of life is very rich, maybe there will be any good herbs here. Senior sister is a quick look, there is a monkey there, and it's not too small. In the distance, suddenly, a child shouted, and the child pointed to Shen Shang who was jumping. Shen Shang heard this faint voice coming, almost fell. He was mistaken for a monkey, he could not help doubting life. Is Laozi like a monkey? Shen Shang stood on a branch and looked at the child in the distance. The child was only about 5 or 6 years old, a bald head, and the skull was shining. Your family is a monkey. Shen Shang couldn't help but whisper, then looked at the 3 people behind the boy. 2 men and 1 woman, both men are handsome and tall, the women are also tall, and they all wear the same light white robes, should be the same sect or something. Because even the bald child is wearing the same style of robes. I read it wrong, it's not a monkey, it's a savage. Little Bald said with a smile. Senior sister, senior brother, I want to catch him in the past. Wait, let us go. A John May man quickly pressed the bald head and rushed. Another elegant man holding this fan jumped gently and jumped onto the tree, then stepped on the branches towards Shenshong rush over. I am not a savage. Shenshong shouted in the distance, then came to the ground. He could not wait to go immediately, beat the little bald, he was so handsome, actually mistaken twice. Although Shenshong is not a savage, the 2 men who rushed over were wary of Shenshong, but they felt that the saint world-defying soul in Shenshong had only a late stage and was relieved. Shenshong is surrounded by these 2 men and feels awkward. They are all divine world-defying realm, which is beyond the peak of world-defying sacred realm. It is much more powerful than the 2 imperial dragon gods. Of course, this is the place to innovate, it must be the place where expert gathers. The Sun, Old Ancestor and Ji Yutong, have traveled long distances to this place. The tall woman of the tall does not know what is going on, grabs little bald, unexpectedly flies over, she can fly. Shenshong, if you don't use the dragon's strength, you can't fly. The woman can fly, it must have been a strange skill. Really a person, Little Bald said with a disappointment, pouting slightly. Chapter 3442. This forest is just planted by our dark green soul sect. How can anyone be here? The refined man frowned and looked at Shenshong with suspicion. I lost my way, and then I came to this place. Shenshong looked at with a smile. You big brother big sister, can you take me out of this place? It's big, I am afraid. After the little bald heard it, happily said with a smile, this big person is actually a little rainbow, you are ashamed. I am not shy, take me out of here. Shenshong said again, deliberately pretending to be very scared. Let's go with us when you wait, said the woman. Little Bald coldly snorted. How did this guy come here? I really don't understand. The elegant man he smiled. It should be the poor, come to this place in search of herbs. Yes, those poor people want to pick good herbs all day long, but unfortunately, they can't recognize them even if they get good herbs, and they don't know how to use them. Another man Ji said with a smile. Shenshong heard the strange things, there are actually poor people here, this is the place of innocence, the people here should be expert, even the little bald is the peak of world-defying sacred realm. Although Shenshong was puzzled, he did not ask, but followed them. Although the words of the 2 men were very harsh, Shenshong did not say anything. After a long time, they finally got out of the forest. Shenshong didn't expect the forest to be planted by a sect. I don't know what they mean. You can see a town when you go there. The woman pointed in one direction. Many thanks, elder sister, Shenshong said with gratitude, only this woman did not say anything about his words along the way, even the little bald, from time to time ridiculed Shenshong a few words. Let Shenshong think that these sect disciples seem to have a feeling of aloof and remote, especially the little bald, who feels that Shen Zhang's strength is not as strong as wild monkeys. You're welcome. The woman as against Shenshong lightly smiled. Don't get lost again next time. If you stray into some dangerous places, you are not so lucky. Yes, Shenshong said noddly. Hey, this idiot can live for so long, luck is really good. That little bald lightly snorted and said. You are an idiot. Shenshong finally couldn't bear it, said. You dare to marry me. Little bald was angry. It seems that you are not particularly stupid, knowing that idiots are horrible words. Can you marry me? Why can't I marry you? Shenshong said. This little bald looks like 5 or 6 years old, but Shenshong knows that his true age is definitely not just that. Senior brother, hurry up. Little bald is angry and shouted. The 2 senior brothers just wanted to fight, and the woman snorted, you are enough, give me back. I don't go back, he scolds me, I must let him know what is wrong. Little bald said, his body had a faint golden light, and he saw him suddenly become a 15-year-old youngster, he still it is a bald head. Shenshong secretly despised, obviously a youngster, turned into a little girl, and now he was stunned a few words, it revealed the original shape. Although it is a youngster, this age has the cultivation base of world-defying sacred realm, which is also very powerful. Sorry, I shouldn't yell at you for idiots, because you have used this word to swear at me, I should yell at you stupid, your head is like a fool. Shenshong finished, haha smiled. Stand up. I want to kill you. The bald youngster suddenly became angry, and a sword stabbed, but his sword was knocked out by the woman. Senior sister, what are you doing? You didn't see this guy in the junior brother. The refined man said. Master has confessed that sect can't arbitrarily fight. If you fight, you can, but I will definitely report it back. Woman coldly said. Shen Shang licked his mouth, then turned his head and ran wildly. Anyway, he had already won the light and anger, and his purpose had been reached. This guy, I must make him look good. The bald youngster was stunned. If you have a few mentalities that are not correct, if you don't change it, you will definitely get rid of something in the future. After the woman finished, she flew away to the distance. Shen Shang has come to a town. He came here and only felt like the previous fifth layer, because the overall strength of the people here is similar to that of the fifth layer, but it will occasionally sense the atmosphere of divine world-defying realm. This is not in the fifth layer. It seems that it is not easy to step into divine world-defying realm. It is still trading with myriad Dao divine soil crystal, so Shen Shang will not be too poor for the time being. If his myriad Dao divine soil crystal is not enough, he can also sell the crystal emperor. I don't know if Xuanfei is here. Su Maiyao asked softly. The grandmother is also true. Just take Xuanfei away. Reassured, I will definitely find her. This is a very invasive place. It is not so easy to find the whereabouts of Peng Xuanfei. Peng Xuanfei is not famous, so it is difficult to find out, but Ji Yutong and Sun Old Ancestor are different. Shen Shang has a little inquiries about their whereabouts. Ji Yutong is the refiner grandmaster and is currently a sect's elder. The sect is called Dao Creation Sect. Shen Shang frowned and said, this Dao Creation Sect sounds amazing. I don't know if I can go. And the Sun Old Ancestor is not the same as Ji Yutong. He is called Luo Juyang here. Legend here the 9 little suns appearing in the sun are the masterpieces of the Sun Old Ancestor. He is erratic and does not have any sects. This Shen Shang heard, although there is no whereabouts of the Sun Old Ancestor, but know where Ji Yutong is also good, because Ji Yutong and Sun Old Ancestor came to this place, maybe there is any connection between them. It seems that I have to go to Dao Creation Sect. Next, Shen Shang began to inquire about where Dao Creation Sect was. After a long half-day inquiries, he learned that Dao Creation Sect is one of the top 10 sects here, and the several disciplines he encountered before were Dark Green Soul Sect. This Dark Green Soul Sect is actually one of the top 10 sects. The Imperial Dragon Palace is one of the powerful forces alongside the top 10 sects. If the disciplines of the top 10 sects are cultivated, the people of the Imperial Dragon Palace will not dare to rob them, and they will only dare to snatch those who are weak. This Imperial Dragon Palace is really a very evil existence. I will kill them in the future. Shen Shang already knows where Dao Creation Sect is. The sun here is Changyan, so you can determine the direction through the sun. Just go in that direction and find out on the road to find Dao Creation Sect. Chapter 3443. Shen Shang rides Divine Mirror of 6 paths and flies in stealth. Now he has the direction and he won't worry about not knowing how to go. After flying for more than 10 days, Shen Shang finally came to a place near Dao Creation Sect. It was a very scattered area, not a town or something, that is, many people gathered in this place. The group of people who came to the earliest can occupy a good position here, and build a store building or something. Of course, if the strength is not strong enough, and you can't keep the store, you will be taken away at any time. Dao Creation Sect doesn't care about the things here, so the order here is very confusing, but no one dares to break out the Great War here, otherwise it will do something to destroy the city, and the expert here will eliminate it. Although there will not be a large-scale battle, but a small number of small, Shen Shang just came to the most chaotic place outside the outermost. I saw a few headless bodies on the ground, were killed by the street. The people who start with are mostly strong, are they vendettas? Or are they hired? Shen Shang looked at the bodies on the ground and frowned his brows. The land of innocence is not as good as he imagined, and it is still the place where the weak are prey to the strong. Here, people like Shen Shang, such as the world-defying sacred realm late stage, are everywhere, and the middle stage and the initial stage are quite a lot, and the people of world-defying sacred realm, if they are not too lazy, can make a good job. Days. Shen Shang walked in this indiscriminate area, and there was a noisy voice in front of him. He immediately looked at it and saw 5 black shadows appearing on the street. Everyone let them go. These are the 5 black-robed men, all of them at the peak of divine world-defying realm. They are covered in faces, and the knives in their hands are bleeding, and they rush to the street. Just when Shen Shang wondered what the black-robed man was doing, he saw one of the black-robed men suddenly rushing to the front of the street and standing in front of an old man, waving his knife directly to the neck of the old man. Shen Shang didn't expect that these black-robed men actually killed innocent people, and he immediately discovered that the reason for the black-robed man murder was only because the old man's booth was slightly out. At this time many people are far away from this street, and people on the street are also shrinking on both sides of the street. No one even dares to walk on the street. It seems that there is someone going through it, and these black-robed men are responsible. Clear road. The middle of the street was soon empty, and only Shen Shang was still standing in the middle of the street. He was stunned because the old man was beheaded. After he came back, he quickly rushed to the side of the old man, then attached the skull to the neck and released the force of regeneration to pick it up. Old man at this time, he lost too much blood and was very weak. Shen Shang took out a blood shark and gave it to the old man. The blood shark's sturdy dan itself contains a lot of blood energy. After the old man ate it, he suddenly became ruddy, and everyone saw this scene, and he could not help but secretly screamed and was rescued. Of course, everyone is also worried about this, because the 5 black-robed men have also witnessed all of this, and some people have saved them from killing them. This is to provoke them. The 5 black-robed monks were unreasonable. After seeing this scene, the 2 black-robed men immediately rushed over, and the sharp knives smashed into the necks of Shen Shang and Old Man, respectively. But Shen Shang is a little faster than them. When they just slashed, Shen Shang had a sword. The sword of divine mirror of 6 paths and 9 firmaments divine sword was left with only 1 Dao Qi rainbow and 2 black-robed. Man's neck has been fallen to the ground. Everyone saw that each one was dumbstruck. They were all locals, and naturally knew what kind of black-robed man was there, but now some people dare to fight them. The other 3 black-robed men also saw it, but they didn't immediately fight this time because they all saw that Shen Shang was strong and they might not be opponents. You don't know who we are. A black-robed man spoke. I don't know, I only know, who kills me, I will kill anyone. Shen Shang said coldly, do you want to kill me too? Good. The black-robed man finished, and went away with the other 2 black-robed men, and the bodies of their companions did not. Thank you, young master. The old man hastily gratefully, he thought he was dead. Just in the old man who was raised by Shen Shang, there were several very violent breaths in the distance. Shen Shang immediately looked at the past and saw something as big as the 8 giant elephants, dragging a cart of gold and jade in glorious splendor and slowly coming. It's dragon elephant. Shen Shang stared at the dragon elephant, the golden armor of the head. It was a combination of dragon and elephant. Just like the dragon horse, it looks more powerful than the dragon horse and definitely can fly. Shen Shang also found that 6 of the 8-headed dragon elephants were riding a black-robed man, only 2 of them had no black-robed man, because the 2 black-robed men had been knocked down by Shen Shang. Head. Of course, although he was left behind, he was still able to save his life. Shen Shang did not destroy their souls. The old man saw the giant car dragged by the 8 giant dragon elephants, and his legs could not help but tremble. Everyone looked at Shen Shang, and his eyes were telling Shen Shang, you have a major event. Shen Shang was just scared and didn't panic. He grabbed the old man's trembling wrist and made the old man calm down a lot. The 8-headed dragon elephant came to the black-robed man with 2 bodies separated and stopped. But you killed them. There was a cold woman voice inside the cart. Yes. Shen Shang gave a slight touch, and there were several divine world-defying realm atmospheres, which made him feel dignified. Why kill them? The cold voice of the woman came again. They killed me, I counterattacked for self-protection. What's wrong with it? Shen Shang visited. There is nothing wrong with them, but they are my men, right or wrong, you kill my men, just do it right with me, I will kill you. If you have strength, you can naturally fight back again. The woman said with a sneer, are you ready to fight back? I am not as good as you, I can't fight back now. If you really want to kill me, please let me know your name before you start. I will be ready in the future, and I will definitely take your dog's life. Shen Shang indifferently said. When everyone heard Shen Zhang's words, they took a deep breath, and many people were hastily away from the street. Shen Shang also let the old man rush out of here. It seems that you really don't know who I am. The newborn calf is not afraid of the tiger, the ignorant is fearless, can you prepare for death? The woman's cold voice with a hint of contempt. I won't die, why should I prepare? Shen Shang said with a sneer. You don't tell me your name is no problem, you seem to be a celebrity, I will definitely be able to hear your name, then you are now just fight. After Shen Shang finished, he fell into a silence and did not know why. After the silence, a white woman with a mask walked down the RV and saved the two black-robed men on the ground. The two black-robed men rode on the huge dragon elephant and continued on. Go, no one is going to attack Shen Shang. Chapter 3444. Shen Shang looked at the big car and went to the distance, and felt very confused in his heart. Those people did not shoot him and did not say anything, so he left. After seeing the car, everyone was embarrassed. At this time they did not dare to come. They were afraid of Shen Shang. Only the old man saved by Shen Shang just came over and took Shen Shang to leave. Shen Shang followed the old man to a broken house, which is the residence of the old man. The old man is called Lu Jiwei. Although there is a cultivation base of the world-defying sacred realm middle stage, it is a very popular film here, so his life is not good. Little brother, you are really fat, don't you know the guy's coming? Lu Jiwei poured a glass of water into Shen Shang and exclaimed. I really don't know what they are, but I am not afraid of them. Shen Shang lightly smiled. Old Lu, what the guys are? Why are they so arrogant and killing people in the street? This is the case in this place. As long as you have the strength, you can see life as a mustard. Like my weak old man, if you are not lucky, you will be inexplicably killed by those experts. Lu Jiwei sighs helplessly. Shen Shang finished the glass of water and listened carefully. The only big-headed dragon elephant dragged the car, that is one of the top 10 sects from Dragon Elephant sect. And the more dragon elephant you have, the more noble you are. It is said that among the Dragon Elephant sect, the most noble the person has 9-headed dragon elephant, and that was 8 heads, so, the people in the car should be the more distinguished ones of Dragon Elephant sect. Lu Jiwei said, as for the woman inside, I am not sure. Dragon elephant, which one is better than the dragon? Shen Shang is very curious about the dragon elephant. He thinks he can make a dragon elephant because he has a strong one among the 6 beasts. Earth-suppressing divine elephant, defense and attack are terrible. There are different things. The dragon elephant is a combination of the dragon violent soul and the violent soul, and the dragon elephant sect's variant cultivating their dragon elephant divine art can also condense the dragon elephant, says Lu Jiwei. Isn't this Tao creation sect? What did dragon elephant sect run here? Is their relationship good? Shen Shang came here to see Tao creation sect. Yes, the relationship between dragon elephant sect and Tao creation sect is very good. Lu Jiwei said. The two sects often come and go. Old Lu, do you think the top 10 sects here are the strongest? Shen Shang had inquired before, but there were different opinions, and those people didn't know much about these sects things. Lu Jiwei, although the cultivation base is not high, he has been here for many years. It is good to get a small broken house here. He should know more about these big sects. Everything has its own strengths, but if the strength is more prominent, it should be Tao creation sect, because Tao creation sect is proficient in the pillar formation refiner, and the control and gestation of violent world-defying soul has been studied intensively for many years. It is a comprehensive one. Sect, Lu Jiwei said. Is there any way to join Tao creation sect? Shen Shang asked. I want to try it out, can you go in? Little brother, depending on your strength, there should be no problem, but after you go in, you need to be careful. Lu Jiwei had previously seen Shen Zhang's acting style. But you just had a complaint with the man. If you know it by Tao creation sect, then I don't know. Lu Jiwei added. Shen Shang didn't care about this. Where are you going to sign up for Tao creation sect? Is there any assessment? This is not necessary. Now Tao creation sect has a lot of disciplines, so Tao creation sect has not recruited disciplines. If you want to enter Tao creation sect, you can only refer to the excellent disciplines inside Tao creation sect. Generally only the temple disciple is eligible for referrals. The temple disciple is the person who is eligible to enter the Tao creation sect temple master. It is said that the entire Tao creation sect has only more than 1,000 disciplines with such qualifications. Lu Jiwei said, you just have to find a temple discipline. I want to find a way to please him, or to show his strength and let him introduce it. If your level is good, referrals will also be rewarded, so you don't have to worry about the temple disciples ignore you. Shen Shang said with a smile, this is really a good way. Old Lu, have you tried to enter Tao creation sect before? Lu Jiwei laughed at himself. I certainly tried it. I have also found more than a dozen temples, but they are not satisfied, so I did not succeed. Shen Shang remembered the little bald people I met before. They are all Disc Green Soul Sect's discipline, and they are still young, and they are all good. Little brother, are you coming up from below? Lu Jiwei said. You don't seem to know anything about it here. Yes, I have just arrived soon. Shen Shang smiled. It's all good guys from below. It's very difficult to hear that, and we are born and raised here. Compared to you, there is a lack of experience. Lu Jiwei suddenly apologized to Shen Shang, who felt that Shen Zhang's age might be uncertain. Be bigger than him. Shen Shang and Lu Jiwei talked about it when they were dark. In the middle of the night, he came to a relatively neat street. The houses here are not broken. It shows a prosperous city. Even in the middle of the night, there are still many people walking on the street. Tao Creation Sect is not in the mountains, but in the Imperial Palace. There are many large and small halls in Tao Creation Sect, and the Temple of Inaugural is Temple Master. Only the discipline that enters Temple Master is the core of Tao Creation Sect. To get into Tao Creation Sect, you need a referral to the Temple Discipline. Shen Shang thinks this is very easy, but now he has to find a Temple Discipline first. He inquired that there is a mountain-like hotel in this area, called the Supreme Hotel, where there is often disco access to Tao Creation Sect. Shen Shang is now in the Supreme Hotel. He has myriad Tao Divine Soil Crystal, so he can stay like a grandfather. Among the hotels, there are 900-story high-rise buildings in the entire mountain house. There are thousands of houses of various sizes, which are very spacious and like a town. Such a huge hotel also occupies such a good place to build mountains and rivers. At first glance, the owner of this hotel must be a very powerful person, otherwise it will have been divided up. Tao Creation Sect is the most powerful sect among the top 10 sects, so other sects' disciplines, or children of various powers of the family, often come here to gather, on the one hand to draw good talents, and the other to do business or something. And more is to come here to find superiority. Shen Shang is hanging around in the villa. He is asking where the discure of Tao Creation Sect is. Chapter 3445. Shen Shang will soon have a reward. Just give a little reward to myriad Tao Divine Soil Crystal. It is easy to ask what you want to know. There are a few Dragon Elephant Sect disciples here too. This is Shen Zhang's surprise. He thought that Dragon Elephant Sect disciple would be among Tao Creation Sect. After all, it was a guest, and should live in Tao Creation Sect. Correct. If you are recognized, it may be a little troublesome. Shen Shang is considering whether he has changed his appearance. Just now he found out that Dragon Elephant Sect's discipline is a place to appreciate what divine weapons. Now Shen Shang is heading to the tall building, and the divine weapon appreciation is there. Shen Shang was stopped at the door. The divine weapon appreciation did not need any invitations. It only needed to show off its divine weapon. If the goalkeeper felt divine weapon was good, he was allowed to go in. Shen Shang took out the blood fire divine sword, which he grabbed from ancient fire god Sect Dean and made it with Tao Creation Saint Stone. Even here, it is a very good divine weapon. Very good. The big man who watched the gate saw Shen Shang take out the blood fire divine sword. The posture suddenly fell a lot, and his face was full of awe, because he knew that he could come up with this divine weapon. People are not ordinary people. Today they have seen many such people, all of whom are famous children. Shen Shang is easy to enter the building. Divine weapon appreciation is distributed in 1 to 9 layers. Each floor is filled with divine weapon, which is called refiner famous refining. The divine weapon in the first layer is of course rank comparison. Poor, Shen Shang just saw it with a slight sweep. Then he came to the second layer, and so on, until the 7th layer, where divine weapon was barely able to see it, because divine weapon, which started here, was made with Crystal Emperor. The divine weapons on those floors were densely populated, and by the 7th layer, divine weapon and divine weapon saw distances that were far removed, as divine weapons of this class began to fall. Divine weapon Shen Shang, which was made with Crystal Emperor, is also invisible, but these divine weapons have a feature that they use Tao Creation spell to refine. At the 8th level, divine weapon refining with Crystal Emperor is still used, but here divine weapon has added more Crystal Emperor, more than the previous 7 layer, and only a total of 7 or 8 divine weapon. There are more than 200 pieces in the 7th layer, and the other floors are more than 1000. With divine weapon in the 8th layer, you can be worthy of the name divine weapon building. Shen Shang looked at divine weapon in the 8th floor, where divine weapon used at least 10 crystals. The Emperor is refining, and at least 3 Tao Creation spells are added. The divine weapon here makes Shen Shang feel very good. Feng Ka is in the hidden jade villa, but after she saw it, she praised it again and again. It's very expensive, you should need dozens of crystal emperors to buy it. Shen Shang said, you have wanted to come. Not a Tao creation saint stone. If you refine it with crystal emperor, little Ka will be able to toss it out. Long Shui said, she is very picky. The name of the building is Divine Weapon Building. Shen Shang also came to listen to people after he came in. He hasn't seen Tao Creation Sect's temple discipline until here. Is it in the 9th layer? I didn't guess wrong, the divine weapon of the 9th layer should have been refining with Tao Creation Saint Stone. Shen Shang was also very much looking forward to walking up the stairs. However, there is a black iron door with a sliding door on the top of the stairs. This is actually closed, and no one is guarding the door. Young man, above is the 9th layer, it's not so easy to get in, you have to have divine weapon refining Tao Creation Saint Stone. The following is an old man responsible for guarding the 8th floor. If there is such a divine weapon, how do you get in? Shen Shang asked. Use this divine weapon to gently touch the doorway, that's all right, said the old man. In the middle of the black door, there is a round green, emerald like a disc. Shen Shang took out the blood fire divine sword and touched it gently. The door opened. The old man was a little surprised, because he couldn't recognize the sector family from which Shen Shang came from, but he could have divine weapon made by Tao Creation Saint Stone. After Shen Shang opened the door, he walked in immediately, and then the door closed again. There are many people in this layer, some young people, there are dozens or so, there are not many divine weapons here, only 30 pieces, all placed in the transparent crystal showcase, also protected by the barrier. When everyone saw someone coming in, they couldn't help but be curious. They immediately looked at it, but it was a strange face. Because in their circles, even if they have not seen it, they will certainly hear it, and none of them dozens of people know who this person is. Shen Shang just glanced at the people here, then went to see those divine weapon, there are several women, he does not know which dragon elephant sect. The most surprising thing about Shen Shang is his cultivation base, which is only world-defying sacred realm late stage. You should know that the young people here are divine world-defying realm. A world-defying sacred realm late stage guy, actually divine weapon refining Tao Creation Saint Stone, everyone cannot help but doubt, Shen Shang cannot hold this divine weapon. This Shangtai, you are very raw. A purple-clothed man came over with a smile. Under the Dane Creation Sect's discipline, Ding Yuhai, I don't know where Shangtai came from. I came from the world-defying Soul River 5th layer. Shen Shang answered truthfully and then hugged the purple-clothed man, Shen Shang. It is actually the world-defying Soul River 5th layer, but generally it is also the world-defying Sacred Realm peak from that place. In front of this Shen Shang, it is only the late stage. This is really not easy. I don't know if I can look at Brother Shen's divine weapon. Since this is the divine weapon appreciation, I think Brother Shen will not mind it. Ding Yuhai said with a smile. Shen Shang took out the blood fire divine sword and saw a few people immediately watched it. Shen Shang didn't expect it. The group actually liked to see other people's divine weapon. There are some conservative refining techniques, but it can be seen that the refining master has a very solid foundation. Yes, this sword is also a long time, but the refining master was so brilliant at the time, this should be a famous. Who is refining? World-defying Soul River 5th layer has this refining master, it should come in the morning. This method is a bit like Luo Juyang, but it is not. It seems to be imitating Luo Juyang's technique. This was Ding Yuhai's careful observation. Shen Shang couldn't help but admire the guys. I can see so many doorways. The Blood Fire Divine Sword is Ancient Fire God Sect, and the Luo Juyang is the Sun Old Ancestor, and the Sun Old Ancestor is from the Ancient Fire God Sect. The Refining Master is somewhat identical in terms of tactics. Zaitai, where did you come from this sword? Ding Yuhai was very curious. There is a relationship between the people who make this divine sword and Luo Juyang. I grabbed it. As for whether he has a relationship with Luo Juyang, I don't know. Shen Shang said. Chapter 3446. Everyone was stunned. They thought that Shen Shang would endlessly talk about the origins of this red divine sword. I didn't expect Shen Shang to finish it. Grab it. You have a world-defying sacred realm late stage, can you grab such a good divine sword? Everyone is full of disbelief. You, how strong are you? It is reasonable to say that people with this divine sword will not be too weak, so it's not good to grab it. Ding Yuhai asked, and this is what many people want to ask. Good luck, that guy is just hurt, I was leaked. Shen Shang said with a smile. This is indeed possible, and everyone can only admire Shen Shang for being too lucky. For Shangtai, you just came up from the world-defying Soul River 5th layer. You definitely didn't join the sect. How about Tao Creation sect? It's near here, Ding Yuhai said. A white man said with a smile. Ding Yuhai, he is only world-defying Sacred Realm late stage, you want to recommend him to Tao Creation sect. You are not afraid to be blamed. I heard that you Tao Creation sect's temple discipline indiscriminate referral. I will lose the qualification for referrals. You are too sloppy. Shen Shang just quietly noticed a few women here, and no woman fits the atmosphere of the Dragon Elephant sect. He had heard that the woman would be here and made him worry. Now that I saw this woman not here, he was relieved. Old Ding, this brat only has a good divine sword. It doesn't mean that his aptitude is good. If the innate talent is not high, he can't adolescence later, which will leave you a bad reputation. Yes, to introduce, at least it must be divine world-defying realm. Everyone is persuading Ding Yuhai, but Shen Shang is expressionless, and he is hesitant to watch divine weapon. Ding Yuhai is just hesitating. Shen Shang can see that these sect disciples should have a good position in their sect, and their sect may have the same referral method as Tao Creation sect. Well, I have just been on the rise, Brother Shen, please forgive me. Ding Yuhai is also a good person. After thinking about it, I feel that suddenly change it, I will be a bit uncomfortable, so I will apologize to Shen Shang. Others think that this is nothing. After all, Shen Shang is just a world-defying Sacred Realm late stage. It is offensive to offend. What are you afraid of? They are the core disciple in sect. No problem, Shen Shang lightly smiled. The black door was suddenly opened, and a beautiful scent of fragrance was not a very strong fragrance, but it was able to drift into this floor. Shen Shang smelled this faint fragrance and felt a shock. He was sure that this woman was a woman sitting in the 8th Dragon Elephant car, because he also smelled this faint fragrance. It's Xiao Shanglin, I thought she wasn't coming. A silver man said with a smile, she is late every time. Xiao Shanglin is small and petite. She is almost 2 heads shorter than Shen Shang, but she is not delicate, and her beauty is a bit more heroic and somewhat cool. She wore a purple and elegant dress, which made her have a noble and yet quiet beauty, graceful and luxurious, seemingly like Shaoling. She did not bring a weak feeling, but she had a hint of might. I don't dare to look down. A little bit of a delay. Xiao Shanglin said that she had a strange face when she saw it, but when she looked closely, the face was extremely familiar, and she could not help but remember the man who stopped her big car. This time I have a strange friend. Xiao Shanglin recognized Shen Shang, while Shen Shang pretended not to know anything and continued to watch Divine Weapon. He is not my friend. But it is a friend of Lao Ding. Just now, Lao Ding also intends to introduce him to Tao Creation sect. Fortunately, we will wake up the old Ding in time, otherwise he will regret it in the future. A man said. Xiao Shanglin lightly smiled, laughing a little mysterious. Everyone feels a bit strange. Xiao Shanglin, have you brought any good divine weapon this time? That is, we will wait to see your things. I didn't bring it, but it brought 8-headed dragon elephant. Do you want to see? Xiao Shanglin thought that Shen Shang was very interesting and went over. This young master, can you look at your divine weapon? No, Shen Shang didn't want to show her. He knew that the referrer had failed this time, and he was in a bad mood, and then met this woman. Everyone stunned, so I didn't give Xiao Shanglin face. Several men were already angry. Brat, what do you wear? Isn't it because we persuade Lao Ding not to recommend you to enter Tao Creation sect? What a shameful face you have. I thought it would be too late to have a good divine sword. A white man angrily said. That is, this is the Divine Weapon Appreciation Society, and divine weapons should be shown for everyone to appreciate. It's a guy who owes me a bad job. Anyway, he came from the world-defying Soul River 5th layer. It's nothing to slap him. He came here, he should also want to try his luck and see if he can be introduced to the top 10 sect, but his cultivation base is too low, haha. Shen Shang was not in a good mood, said with a sneer, you have all seen my divine weapon, I have never seen you, you have come out and showed it to me. Just now, what is the applause of a certain population? Appreciation. What are you counting? Why do I show it to you? The white man was furious, because Shen Shang cultivation base was low, so he looked down on Shen Shang. Shen Shang looked at Xiao Shanglin and said to Xiao Shanglin, what are you counting? Why should I show it to you? Shen Zhang's sentence caused a lot of anger, and actually dared to speak to Xiao Shonglin, but the white man's face was ugly, because Shen Shang borrowed his words from Xiao Shonglin, as if telling him that his words were to Xiao Shonglin. Said, "Brat, are you looking for a fight? I really thought we were afraid to hit you. You just came from the world-defying Soul River 5th layer, but you can come here. You should also know the rules here. Killing is not worth the effort." The man in white is angry, and the murderous aura rises. Wait, Xiao Shonglin didn't mind Shen Shang just talking to her. She faintly smiled. This is the divine weapon appreciation. Everyone should be calm. I have always been calm, but some people shouted and screamed and sneered at me. Shen Shang coldly snorted. I don't think it's about appreciating divine weapon, but appreciating arrogance. Who do you say arrogant? It is clear that you are too weak to enter our eyes. The white man retorted. I am weak, but you dare not be here with me to see a sword, to see whose divine weapon is great. Divine weapon is just too boring to appreciate. The real knife hit a touch. This appreciation is interesting. Shen Shang calls out his 9 firmaments divine sword. Chapter 3447. Shen Zhang's previous blood fire divine sword. People know it as a good thing at first glance, because of the faint Tao creation saint stone, and the 9 firmaments divine sword he took out at this time. The whole body is pale gold. The people hear at first glance. This is known to be made from a large number of crystal emperors. Everyone here agrees that no matter how many crystal emperor refining divine weapon, can't match a Tao creation saint stone. Shen Shang does not take the blood fire divine sword, but this sword is very doubtful. You are worried that your red divine sword is being destroyed. White man said with a sneer. How about the last sword? I am not as afraid as you are. I will use your best divine sword to come with you. Ratio. Xiao Shonglin frowned, said, the Divine Weapon Appreciation Society should not be like this. Here are the people who love divine weapon. If divine weapon is destroyed, this is not something that everyone enjoys. He broke the thing, the destruction will be destroyed. I believe that everyone will love it. The white man laughed. He took out a silver white long sword, and at first glance he knew it was made with Tao creation saint stone. Shen Shang blinked, said with a sneer, it's a good sword, it's a pity. What a pity, the white man Ji said with a smile. Is it a pity that your black broken sword? Shen Shang laughs and says nothing. Xiao Shonglin felt that Shen Shang had already recognized her, and she had just put on such a gesture to her, apparently angry at what she is today. She felt that it was all because of her. This Shangtai, if you are unhappy because you can't enter Tao Creation sect, then it is better for me to invite you to join our Dragon Elephant sect. Xiao Shonglin hurriedly said, if it is, in any case, it will definitely end today. Under the various contradictions. This divine weapon appreciation was initiated by her, and she didn't want to make such a situation. Everyone was very surprised. Xiao Shonglin actually did this in order to calm down the incident. This is also difficult to understand, because in their eyes, Shen Shang is just a guy from the world-defying Soul River. Low and weak. Dragon Elephant sect, I don't have much interest right now. I am in a bad mood, not because I can't enter Tao Creation sect, mainly because some guys are too deceived and have no one else. Shen Shang said, I can't bear it, he looks down on me. I want to see how he can resist. Well, you can only take the last move. If you dare to take the second move, don't blame me for being rude. This divine weapon building is built by me. I have the right to ask you to leave, said Xiao Shonglin. The divine weapon building was actually built by Xiao Shonglin, so this supreme hotel should have a relationship with her. Maybe it is the Dragon Elephant sect behind the scenes. No wonder it can be won so much. Shen Shang is secretly surprised. Everyone immediately stepped back and left the empty space in the middle, letting Shen Shang and the white man compare. Shen Shang, if you just use 9 firmaments divine sword, he is definitely better than the other side of the silver divine sword, and his 9 firmaments divine sword is the best place to blend with divine mirror of 6 paths. And, you can't use world defying to fight, it will cause damage to this place. If I sense that you are using world defying, don't blame me. Xiao Shonglin hastily sighed 2 sentences. Shen Shang and the white man have heard it. For Xiao Shonglin, they still have to listen. I understand, start now. Xiao Shonglin shouted. I shouted 3, 1, 2, 3, start. After the start, Shen Shang and the white man immediately took 3 steps. When they stepped, they released the whole body's strength, and Shen Shang took a step more than the white man, that is, divine mirror of 6 paths. Instantly integrated into 9 firmaments divine sword. Both of them are masters, and the strength of the whole body can smoothly match them in a moment, allowing them to break out of the strongest strength when they swing their swords. They can only use physical strength, but they are also very horrible. When the sword is being played, the tremulous whistling sound is very shocking. The most amazing thing is that Shen Zhang's 9 Firmaments Divine Sword has changed a lot in the past, directly into bronze, and this bronze-style divine tool, only one person is best at refining, that is Ji Yutong. But everyone never knows that Ji Yutong can refine this divine weapon, who knows how to transform, although they can't be sure if it is made by Ji Yutong, but after seeing 9 Firmaments Divine Sword, it has the flavor of Tao Creation Saint Stone. I feel very powerful. The most surprising thing is of course the white man, because he thinks that Shen Zhang's 9 Firmaments Divine Sword is just a crystal emperor. No matter how powerful it is, it can't compete with his divine sword. If divine weapon refining Tao Creation Saint Stone is not as strong as his divine sword, it will be damaged under this collision. Even if he wins, he will lose, and his heart will suddenly scream. Shen Shang actually wants to go with him. At the moment of electric sparks, the two gods violently collided and slammed into a flash, releasing a raging chi energy. The sound of the jingle came, and everyone jumped in the heart because the sound meant that divine weapon was damaged. The damaged divine weapon, unexpectedly, is a white man, not broken, but broken. Tao Creation Saint Stone Divine Weapon Refining, it is so broken, this is very rare. Just now everyone thinks that at most it just collapsed a small mouth. I did not expect it will be broken. You are so ignorant, it seems that this is not the case. I know that the guy who is like you can't have a lot of skills, but it's just a lot of effort. Shen Shang clasps 9 Firmaments Divine Sword. His 9 Firmaments Divine Sword has a broken hole and is also damaged. Such a good divine sword was damaged. Shen Shang did not feel distressed, he closed the divine sword. Others don't know, but he knows that among the various Tao creation spells in Divine Mirror of 6 Paths, there is a self-repairing strength that can be self-healing after a period of time. If he uses Blood Fire Divine Sword, maybe it will break. 9 Firmaments Divine Sword merges with Divine Mirror of 6 Paths, this is his strongest divine weapon. The white man was so angry that his divine sword was actually off the court. This is the sect reward. He has to check sect every a period of time. When sect's elder needs it, he has to be unconditional. Hand over. You, the white man glared at Shen Shang, suffocating his blood, killing intent, and wishing to kill Shen Shang immediately, but he could only bear with the cold eyes of Xiao Shanglin. You lost. Shen Shang faintly smiled, let the white man's anger just press down again. I want to kill you. The white man finished, picked up the debris from the ground, and slammed into the sliding door. You are just talking about it. Shen Shang looked at the white man and left, sneered. Chapter 3448. Xiao Shanglin naturally knows that the white man is a man. She has seen Shen Zhang's character before, so now it will be like this, she can only sigh. Do you really consider joining the Dragon Elephant sect? Xiao Shanglin said. There is no need to hang in Tao Creation sect, our Dragon Elephant sect is also very strong. Ding Yuhai just gave up on Shen Shang, but now she has some regrets. Now everyone can see that Shen Zhang's is good. Although the cultivation base is weak, but later upgraded, and with his own divine weapon, the future is still very good. Okay, I am joining. Shen Shang thought for a moment and nodded. He feels that even if he enters Tao Creation sect, he will definitely not see Ji Yutong for a while. He wants to see Ji Yutong's level of expert, he also needs to have certain strength, and the entry conditions of Tao Creation sect seem very strict. Ding Yuhai came to Shen Shang and patted Shen Zhang's shoulder and said, Dragon Elephant sect is really good and strong, but we should know about Tao Creation sect, and now you are near Tao Creation sect. Ding Yuhai, you can't do this. Just now you decided not to invite people. Now he agrees to come to our Dragon Elephant sect. How do you jump out again? Xiao Shanglin said with a smile. What are you going to do with me? Ding Yuhai he smiled. I didn't say let Shen Shang come, I just let him think more. Just now, many people have looked down on Shen Shang, but when she saw Shen Shang, there are 2 divine weapon refining Tao Creation Saint Stone. Suddenly thinks that Shen Shang is still very good. If you can introduce your own sect, then sure. It's a good thing, it can improve the overall strength of sect, they have some regrets. There was an unpleasant thing today, this time the divine weapon appreciation will be like this. Xiao Shanglin sighed and said to Shen Shang, follow me. Shen Shang followed Xiao Shanglan to the floor and took the higher floor to the top of the Divine Weapon building, standing on a stand and seeing the entire Supreme Hotel. You are the arrogant woman in the Dragon Elephant car. Shen Shang said. Why are you invited me to your Dragon Elephant sect? Yes, I am the arrogant woman. Xiao Shanglan lightly snorted. Then you know that I am so arrogant woman, why should we join our Dragon Elephant sect? Dragon Elephant sect has such a arrogant person, Dragon Elephant sect it must be very arrogant, you should not like it. That's because I like to teach arrogant guys, so I decided to join Dragon Elephant sect, which will allow me to teach them well. Shen Shang walked over to a chair and sat down. Xiao Shanglan said, this world is the weak or prey to the strong. How much have you saved? Shen Shang lightly smiled. I can't save much, but I will save it. If I am strong enough, you may be dead now. So, you are a good person. Xiao Shanglan sat opposite Shen Shang, beautiful eyes staring at Shen Shang. Not really, if there is a chance, I will show my bad side. Shen Shang laughed. Xiao Shanglan did not understand, but she thought carefully, suddenly coldly snorted. Can you show me divine weapon? You have a divine sword before, I want to see it. Xiao Shanglan really is a person who likes divine weapon, and still remembers it. No, I am worried that you will take it away. You are a very overbearing woman, let your own hands kill innocent people, I can't believe you. Shen Shang still remembers this. Those are not my men, they are just ordered to escort me. Xiao Shanglan bit his teeth. If I really kill innocent, you may be dead now. Not necessarily, said Shen Shang. They have to fight, but I don't allow it, said Xiao Shanglan. They add a few women in your car, not necessarily kill me. Shen Shang said confidently. Good, this is a good thing for me. I apologize here like you. I will send someone to find the old man and send something to him. It is to make up for my fault. Xiao Shanglan is not a woman who is too proud. Shen Shang thought about it and thought it was not bad. This is not bad. So now you can show me your divine weapon. Xiao Shanglan showed a smile. Why do you like divine weapon so much? Shen Shang was puzzled by this. He took out his own blood fire divine sword and threw it to Xiao Shanglan. After Xiao Shanglan took it, she carefully watched and stroked. She quickly concluded that this refining technique is very similar to that of Luo Juyang, which is the same as Ding Yuhai said before. Just like a beautiful woman whose men like to wear clothes, I just like it, there is no reason. Xiao Shanglan's words made Shen Shang nod. This kind of thing really has no reason, it is an instinct. So now I show you my divine sword, then do you show me something I like to watch? Shen Shang said with an evil smile. For example, a pretty woman who doesn't wear clothes. You still have a divine sword. You just have to be than the sword, said Xiao Shanglan. Shen Shang throws 9 firmaments divine sword and now merges with divine mirror of 6 paths. The state of the sword is very different at this time. After Xiao Shanglan came over, she was excited, carefully observed, and repeatedly stroked. But also very confused, because she can't understand the sword. What happened to this sword? How do I feel that I am repairing myself? I have heard of this divine weapon, but this is just a divine weapon that Ji Yutong Grand Master envisioned. The style looks like Ji Yutong Grand Master, but not. Xiao Shanglan was very curious and looked at Shen Shang. Shen Shang drank tea and didn't tell her. Xiao Shanglan patted her hands and saw a sliding door open. 2 women were out of the tall. The 2 women had beautiful faces, feminine, and they looked similar. They should be a pair of sisters. The 2 women only wore a layer of tulle, but when she came out, she took off the tulle. This is really a woman who doesn't wear clothes, and it's still too, not only beautiful, but also the best, unpredictable, and most importantly, the 2 women are very strong, both divine world defying realm of. Shen Shang can sense a familiar atmosphere. This is the woman with Xiao Shanglan in the car. This is unexpectedly the female slave of Xiao Shanglan. It can have such a strong female slave. It can be seen that Xiao Shanglan is definitely not a normal Dragon Elephant sect disciple, even if it is a temple discipline, certainly does not have this status. How? They are very perfect, recognized better than me, taller than me, better than me. Xiao Shanglan haughty smiled. I only saw them. You are the first man to have seen them. Do you feel very fulfilled? Shen Shang just drank tea, admired, said with a smile, they are only average. His words made Xiao Shanglan frown, and the 2 female slaves were also dissatisfied. The woman said so, because it might be embarrassing, but a man said so, they were very upset. Chapter 3449. Xiao Shanglin wanted to know the secret of Shenshang Nine Firmament's divine sword, so she made her 2 female slaves make such sacrifices, but Shenshang was indifferent. I know, if you can't get it, no matter how good, it's just normal. Right, Xiao Shanglin felt that she wanted to understand, said with a smile, I can let you touch them. Shenshang shook his head and put down the teacup and said, you give them to me, I don't want to. How much I have to be such a woman, I can easily get it. Do you say this is very general? You looked at my divine sword, I saw them, so we evened out. Shenshang said with a smile, you can return the divine sword to me now. Xiao Shanglin was there, and the 2 beautiful female slaves were also hit. You were looking for it. I know, you just want to get them. Xiao Shanglin coldly snorted. I can't agree with this, at best I can only touch you. Shenshang smiled. You are wrong, give me back divine weapon. I really don't see them, I still think my divine weapon is better. It's a boring man, Xiao Shanglin lightly snorted, throwing 2 divine swords to Shenshang, even if she doesn't give it, Shenshang can get it back. Xiao Shanglin hurriedly said, Shonger, Linger, put on your clothes, don't show him, it's a waste. Shonger and Linger dressed and stood behind Xiao Shanglin, whispering a small mouth and looking at Shenshang. Chief Big Sister, he must have said it deliberately, he wants to get a bigger convenient. Shonger said, she is elder sister. That is, pretending. Linger lightly snorted and said. Shenshang just shook his head. His hidden jade villa has 2 wonderful women, Su Maiyao and Bai Yuyu, and Long Shuiyi, the white female dragon. These 3 are her wives and they are around. Other women simply can't seduce him. It is not the opposite, mainly because I read countless women, so you are really ordinary in my eyes. Shenshang took a sip of tea. Of course, you are very good, if I have not seen so much before. Woman, maybe you have been turned upside down by divine soul. Well, you are taller than your chief big sister, your strength is not weak, your face is better than her, but I think your chief big sister is more tempting than you. Xiao Shanglin stared at Shenshang and looked at Shenshang like a knife. Why is this? It is mainly a conquest of desire. Because you are her female slave, the status is slightly lower, but your chief big sister is different, powerful, superior, and a different temperament. Shenshang happily said with a smile, of course, even if she is out, she can't seduce me. Shenshang looked at Xiao Shanglin, said with a smile, Xiao Chief Big Sister, are you not going to recommend me to Dragon Elephant Sect now? Xiao Shanglin, a table next to the shot, coldly said, who is Xiao Shanglin? I said it is done, never give up, you can rest assured. Shenshang looked at the 2 faceless slaves, said with a smile, you look a bit like it now. He thinks that He Fengyuan has a taste than these 2 female slaves. After all, He Fengyuan used to be heaven's proud empress, and that kind of momentum is definitely not comparable to 2 women who have been slaves. Divine Mirror of 6 Paths is a fusion of 9 Firmament's divine sword, but Shen Zhang's biggest secret, he certainly won't say it, but Xiao Shanglin is undying, curious is like an ant in her heart, making her heart itch. I can't scratch it. What are you going to tell me? Asked Xiao Shanglin. This, in fact, I also know, because when I got this sword, that's it. You love it or not, such a profound thing, you don't know this, I know how. Shenshang said. Can you lend me a period of time? Xiao Shanglin said. No, this divine weapon is my 3rd life, I can't borrow you. Shenshang said solemnly. Then your 2nd life. Linger couldn't help but ask, which is what Shonger and Xiao Shanglin want to know, because such a powerful divine weapon is just the 3rd life left. Shenshang he smiled and aimed at his pants. My 2nd life is not borrowed, you can't see it. Xiao Shanglin, the 3 women have already understood, and their faces are red, and Shenshang is in the heart. Now they are more difficult to understand. This guy looks like a color embryo, but the temptation to show them is indifferent. This kind of self-control makes them feel admire. Shonger said. Big Black, that black-robed man, is it your head to look at the sword? Shenshang nodded. Similarly, you can also cut your head. Tao Creation Saint Stone, the refining sword can be smashed, not to mention the neck of the person. Right, will you take me to Dragon Elephant Sect? Shenshang asked. Is it a beautiful car? You can go now. You got a guy, I have to bring it back to Dragon Elephant Sect, which can reduce the trouble. Xiao Shanglin said. You should not know who the guy who destroyed Divine Sword is. I don't know, knowing that I also ruined his Divine Sword, this guy is a lesson. Shenshang snorted. He's Mortal Sect, Grandpa is Mortal Sect's elder. Ling said. This person has always been obliged to report, because there is a chief big sister, he has no fight. It seems I have to thank you. Shen Shang arched Xiao Shonglin, said with a smile. You're welcome, you will go to Dragon Elephant sect in the future, and you'll be less troubled, that's all right. Xiao Shonglin said. Of course, if there are arrogant guys, they will teach them, that's all right. Xiao Shonglin. They all saw that Shen Shang was not afraid of the revenge of the white man. He felt that it was useless to say more about this. They had never seen such an unscrupulous person. This is also the reason why Xiao Shonglin was in the car and had a short conversation with Shen Shang. At that time, she felt a strange strength from Shen Zhang's discourse. It seemed to be a strong threat, which made her jealous. So she decided to leave. In the dark night, Shen Shang got on the big car. Eight-headed dragon elephant took the big car and flew in the air. Shen Shang was very comfortable lying on the soft collapse. Xiao Shonglin sat across from him, looking at the blood-fire divine sword. The two female slaves, Shang'er and Ling'er, sit next to Xiao Shonglin and serve her very intimately, and they wear very little in the car. Shen Shang doesn't know if they are deliberately tempting him. You look so long, can you see the flowers? Shen Shang asked Xiao Shonglin, and Xiao Shonglin seemed to be very captivated for blood-fire divine sword. At first he had intended to give the blood-fire divine sword to him, but his master was rejected. It seems that this is because of the refining of the blood-fire divine sword. Chief Big Sister is learning the refining technique. This is similar to the method of Luo Juyang refining, and Luo Juyang's refiner technique is better than Ji Yu Tong, but the divine weapon divine tool refining by Luo Juyang is rarely circulated. Come out, Shang'er said. Chapter 3450. Shen Shang took a look at Xiao Shonglin. He didn't think that Xiao Shonglin actually knew the refiner and didn't know what level she was. Is Luo Juyang's refiner level higher than Ji Yu Tong? When Shen Shang was at Ancient Fire God Sect, he learned that Ji Yu Tong's refiner technique was the most brilliant. That is, only Luo Juyang's temper is much more eccentric than Ji Yu Tong. Ji Yu Tong good and bad are honestly staying in Tao Creation sect, but Luo Juyang is always a ghost. The last time he appeared, it's been 100 years ago. I don't know when he will appear again. Shang'er said. How did you get this sword? Shen Shang said with a smile. This sword was grabbed by me. When the guy was fighting with me, I was slamming and I took his sword away. That was the case at the time, but there was no such thing as Shen Shang said so easily. Do not believe, Shang'er tenderly snorted and said. Love doesn't believe it. Shen Shang, drinking tea, asked, is your family big sister's refiner skillful? Xiao Shonglin studied very seriously and has never taken care of Shen Shang. She was very familiar with Shen Shang at this time, because Shui Shenxian and Lu Meng'er, the women who are good at the refiner, are also like this. Chief Big Sister's refiner, among the peers in the Dragon Elephant sect, is a good one. She can refine the Tao Creation Divine Tool, says Ling'er. Tao Creation Divine Tool is joined by Tao Creation Saint Stone. The good Tao Creation Divine Tool will add a lot of Tao Creation spell. You are a bit strange with Divine Sword. Xiao Shonglin finally spoke. Where is it? Shen Shang didn't use the Blood-Fire Divine Sword. Without Tao Creation spell, the people who made this Divine Sword are quite good. They should have mastered a lot of Tao Creation spell, but they didn't join in. Xiao Shonglin said. If you join Tao Creation spell, maybe you can becoming a high-grades Tao God Soldier, now it's just middle grade. The person who refines the blood-fire divine sword is inside the ancient fire god sect, and naturally does not know Tao creation spell. This place is a place of innocence, and there are many people who master Tao creation spell. Shen Shang doesn't know what the people here are about Tao creation spell, is it like him? Right, Xiao Chief Big Sister, how many Tao creation spell do you have? Shen Shang is now only part of Tao creation spell who has mastered the second level. It can be said that there are quite a few. A total of more than 30. Said Xiao Shonglin. More than 30, what are they? Shen Shang doesn't know if Tao creation spell is the same as he learned. Xiao Shonglin took out a piece of paper and quickly drew those Tao creation spell on paper. Shen Shang looked carefully and found that Xiao Shonglin's Tao creation spell was very messy, unlike his divine mirror of 6. The ordered ordering in paths. These 9 are elemental spells, amplification spell. Xiao Shonglin circled 2 sets of mantras on paper, which are familiar to Shen Shang and probably the most basic Tao creation spell, so it's easier to master. Shen Shang is surprised that Xiao Shonglin does not have master spell. Then these 3 are flight spell, these 3 are phonological mantras. Xiao Shonglin circled these mantras. Among the Tao creation spell, there is flight spell. Shen Shang still just knows that according to the groupings he studied, flight spell is the 4th level mantra, and there are 9 in total. After space spell, the complexity is similar to space spell. It's amazing, I just know the elemental mantra and a few amplification spells. Shen Shang is really praised. Oh, you know all the elements of the mantra, which is very good. Xiao Shanglin was surprised. She thought that Shen Shang didn't understand. You can start learning the refiner at this level. Refiner, I am not good at it, but I will alchemy. Shen Shang said with a smile, it is only able to refine the more ordinary Dan. Shen Shang took out 3 blood sharks and strengthened Dan. This should be the best Dan I can refine now. You can give it a try. What level is it here? You will be alchemy. Xiao Shanglin felt incredible, because in her opinion, alchemy is much harder than refiner, letting various herbs perfect blend and then condense compression, which is very difficult to control. She tried before over, it feels too difficult, then give up learning, the learner refiner. Are you reliable? What is Dan? Shang'er looked at the red pill pellet that Shen Shang handed over, and asked some questions. It doesn't matter, it's like a wolf like a tiger. After you eat it, you will definitely yuang soar, like a wolf like a tiger. Shen Shang happily said with a smile. Shang'er and Ling'er gave Shen Shang a big eye, Lo coldly snorted, and of course they didn't believe Shen Zhang's, but they were still worried. Xiao Shanglin just sniffed the Dan and then ate it. Chief Big Sister, how do you eat it casually? Shang'er saw Xiao Shanglin eating very much and was very worried. If I have any reaction, you take him, that's it, he is not your opponent. Xiao Shanglin is not worried at all, light with a smile. Xiao Shanglin felt the rich blood energy brought by this Dan, which has a special ability only Tao Creation Saint Stone. Although it is very weak, she is very surprised. This kind of Dan should be regarded as the world-defying of the God-level high grade. Xiao Shanglin surprisedly said, how exactly did you refine it? The inside contains a trace of Tao Creation Saint Stone's strength, which was added to soaked over Tao Creation Saint Stone thing. After Shang'er and Ling'er heard it, they immediately ate it. They also felt that this Dan was as magical as Xiao Shanglin said. Soon, their expression was the same as Xiao Shanglin. Although they are female slaves, they are not weak. They are all divine world-defying realm. They also know a lot about what they are practicing. They naturally know where the benefits of this Dan are. I used a kind of animal blood refining. This soul beast has been able to breed this blood because of the Tao Creation Saint Stone all the year round. Shen Shang said. God-level world-defying Dan, also what is Dan? On top of Tao Creation Divine Pill, you need to add some weird Tao Creation spell to improve the quality of Dan. Xiao Shanglin said. If you can do this, you can join the 9th order amplification spell, maybe you can become low-grade Tao Creation Divine Pill, I don't know specifically. Amplification spell can increase Dan's quality, and the 9th order amplification spell can increase by a factor of 9, which is really amazing. So, can I sell a good price for this kind of Dan? Shen Shang just asked casually, he is not missing myriad Tao Divine Soil Crystal, he is just Tao Creation Saint Stone. How can this kind of Dan sell indiscriminately? Keep it well and eat it yourself. Shang'er is anxious to tenderly. Shen Shang, after you go to Dragon Elephant Sect, don't reveal your own alchemy, do you know? Xiao Shanglin looked serious, warned repeatedly. Chapter 3451. I can't reveal what I am going to alchemy, which makes Shen Shang very puzzled. Alchemy should be a good skill here, but why not? Why? Shen Shang asked. If Dragon Elephant Sect knows that I know alchemy, it might give me better treatment. The treatment may be good, but there are also bad things, that is, they may close your alchemy and delay your practice. Xiao Shanglin said. This kind of thing has happened before, or a divine world-defying realm middle stage. Alchemist was forced to run alchemy day and night. There is such a thing. Shen Shang looked at Shang'er and Ling'er and they nodded. But it didn't happen to Dragon Elephant Sect, but Dark Green Soul Sect, it was said that Alchemist couldn't stand it anymore. He found a good chance to blew himself up and killed a large group of Dark Green Soul Sect seedlings, making Dark Green Soul Sect has suffered a lot. Hearing this incident by Xiao Shanglin, Shen Shang said with a smile, it's really a big heart, change me, I will do the same. Xiao Shanglin once again screamed Shen Shang. So you have to remember, don't talk about it when you are. Because you are a powerless person for the time being, you will only be squeezed by your value in sect. They won't say it. Shen Shang looked at the 2 female slaves. We are loyal to Chief Big Sister, she doesn't let us say, we don't die, Shang'er said, and Ling'er nodded. Of course, you can find a channel to sell it secretly. Xiao Shonglin said. When you are familiar with this ingenious land, you will know how to sell it. Shen Shang took out a crystal emperor and handed it to Xiao Shonglin. Xiao Chief Big Sister, what is the difference between this crystal emperor? The crystal emperor is quite precious here. Xiao Shonglin has seen it naturally. She just can't understand why Shen Shang wants to show her the crystal emperor. After Xiao Shonglin took over, he took a closer look and then showed the horror. Chief Big Sister, what's wrong? Shang'er was also shocked by Xiao Shonglin's reaction, hastily asked. This is the human crystal emperor. Xiao Shonglin took a few deep breaths and stared at Shen Shang. Where did you get it from? Xiao Shonglin's face was very dignified. After Shang'er and Ling'er heard the words, Crystal Emperor, they were also scared and eclipsed. This seems to be very terrifying. You tell me first about how this Crystal Emperor is going on. Shen Shang guessed that this Crystal Emperor, which is not naturally formed, is a heterogeneous existence here. Because Ji Yu Tong and Sun Old Ancestor are here, they know how to refine the Crystal Emperor. They must have refining a large number of Crystal Emperors, which led to a situation in which the Crystal Emperor was out of balance. Or this artificial Crystal Emperor has great drawbacks in some applications. This is what Su Maiyao reminded him, so he will come up with a Crystal Emperor to identify Xiao Shonglin. Legend has a secret method. You can refine the Crystal Emperor with a lot of human blood mixed with myriad Dao Divine Soil Crystal. This Crystal Emperor looks nothing abnormal, and it is okay for the refiner, but if it is used for cultivation, it will lead to Qi deviation, and people who use this Crystal Emperor will become evil devil. Xiao Shonglin's face is terrified. This Crystal Emperor is forbidden to circulate. Once it is found to be used or owned, the major sects will definitely check it out, find the source, and then refine the human Crystal Emperor. People are publicly executed. Ling'er said. Shen Shang, you don't want to use it everywhere. This is very serious. Where did you get it from? This Crystal Emperor is the girl pill spirit condensed, not a human Crystal Emperor, nothing more than the kind of sect worried that a large number of refining this Crystal Emperor, and then use this Crystal Emperor to dominate the party, so the boycott. Shen Shang thinks that before the Sun Old Ancestor and Ji Yu Tong came here, it might have existed on a large scale. I refine it. Shen Shang snorted. What? Xiao Shonglin and two female slaves screamed. It's not about refining people, but using myriad Dao Divine Soil Crystal. Shen Shang coldly snorted. Why those sects will resist, you can understand it when you think about it. Is this true? Xiao Shonglin can't believe that it can be refining directly with myriad Dao Divine Soil Crystal. Of course it's true. Don't believe you give me some myriad Dao Divine Soil Crystal, I will show you the refinery. It will take some time to go to Dragon Elephant sect anyway, Shen Shang said. How much? Xiao Shonglin immediately took out a lot. She is the refining master, very interested in this kind of thing. Shen Shang wanted more than 1,000 pounds, then he took out Heaven Creation Cauldron Stove and let Xiao Shonglin check them. There was no blood in it. After they checked, Shen Shang began to refine. He is now the cultivation base of the world-defying Sacred Realm late stage. Every aspect has improved, and the Crystal Emperor is also very fast. In a few days, he succeeded in refining, but because of the rush, his Crystal Emperor was of poor quality. If you give me a few more days, maybe you can refine the quality. Shen Shang said. Now you should believe it. Only this Crystal Emperor is disabled, otherwise I must be very rich. Quote. Xiao Shonglin, they saw it with their own eyes, can you not believe it? They really did not expect that the human Crystal Emperor in this legend actually had this secret. Crystal Emperor is an important material for the refiner. Xiao Shonglin is still lacking, and Shen Shang can refine the Crystal Emperor with myriad Dao Divine Soil Crystal. This alchemy technique shocked her. I don't know if divine weapon made with this Crystal Emperor will be discovered. Shen Shang frowned. This Crystal Emperor is very different from the natural Crystal Emperor. It can be distinguished by careful resolution. Xiao Shonglin sighed. So even if used to refine divine weapon, it will be discovered after the sale. It's very troublesome and I can only use it myself. Ling'er said. Shen Shang, you don't want to talk about things like this, it will cause a big disaster. Xiao Shonglin, their master and servant, now feel that Shen Shang is a hot potato, but Shen Zhang's ability makes them very admire, they can see the future. I know that I used to encounter this kind of thing when I was somewhere. Shen Shang said with a smile. I am used to it, use it for myself. Dragon Elephant has landed, Shang'er Light shouted, it's already in Dragon Elephant sect. Xiao Shanglin before getting off the bus, Shen Shang should not talk when he arrives, and give it to her. Dragon Elephant Sect's door has 2 huge golden dragon elephants standing, formidable and domineering, subduing dragon sect huge like imperial palace. There is also a temple master or something, just like Tao creation sect, only enter the temple master's discipline. Is a core disciple. Xiao Shanglin is the temple master disciple, and her parents are in the high position of the dragon elephant sect, otherwise she can't get the 8-headed dragon elephant to pull the car. Chapter 3452. Dragon elephant sect is big, but Xiao Shanglin doesn't drive inside, because no matter who, it can only walk in it. It is very time-consuming. Xiao Shanglin master and servant 3 people, with Shen Shang came to a hall dedicated to receiving the discipline. There are several old men, and more than a dozen temples. Xiao Shanglin, the 3 of them had beautiful faces, and they were very eye-catching. When they came in, they attracted a lot of attention, and Shen Shang, who was followed, was ignored. Shanglin, are you coming to the discipline hall to introduce the discipline? An old man asked He. Yes. Xiao Shanglin pulled the back Shen Shang out and said, it's him, I want to introduce him to the dragon elephant sect. Shen Zhang's Saint World Defying is just the degree of the late stage, so I can see that he is a world defying sacred realm late stage. The other more than a dozen temple disciplines are recommended for referrals, all of which are divine world defying realm. Shanglin, you are not too small, don't bother to play. He is the world defying sacred realm late stage, said the old man. Several other old men have also said a lot, and the dozens of temples are looking at Shen Shang with disdain. Xiao Shanglin, you are too boring. Actually bring such a guy, our dragon elephant sect is not a garbage dump. A glamorous woman said that looking at her identity should be a temple discipline. Xiao Shanglin is angry and said, I recommend discipline to come in. Is this your ass? The profile you introduced is not so good. Isn't it a slap? It's piled up by family resources, one waste, even my female. The slaves can't beat you, if wanted to play. The fascinating temple disciple angrily said. Play and fight, who is afraid of who? Xiao Shanglin gave Zhong'er a look, and Zhong'er has stood up. You are going to go, this is the discipline hall, responsible for receiving the discipline. An old man immediately stopped them. Xiao Shanglin, don't make trouble, let's go. A man Ji said with a smile, the referee you introduced is really not very good. Everyone can see it, you are not blind, can't you see it? This brat does have a good skin, it looks like it used to be, but there is a fart. World-defying sacred realm late stage. At least it is necessary to go to divine world-defying realm. The glamorous woman said with a sneer, Xiao Shanglin, you shouldn't be watching this brat. Your eyes are too low, haha. You all give me a shut up, how do the aging mothers introduce you, shut you down? What are the consequences? That is also the maiden's own business. What are you doing? You say a word, the old lady, and you are not finished, believe it or not. Xiao Shanglin was furious and she couldn't stand these people sneer at Shen Zhang's, because she heard that these words were directed at her. Shen Shang didn't talk, because Xiao Shanglin had told him before, let him not say anything. Okay, you can make fun of it when you love it. The old man was also very helpless and said, but if no one accepts him, he can't join Dragon Elephant Sect, you should be clear. As far as his cultivation base is concerned, the elders will definitely not see him. The elders don't accept him as a disciple. Can I accept it? I am a temple discipline, and I am qualified to receive the apprentice. Xiao Shanglin said. If you accept him as a disciple, then you will have to be responsible for guiding him in the future. If he does not pass the assessment, you will lose the referral qualification in the future. The old man said. I am very clear about this rule. Xiao Shanglin said impatiently. Soon, Xiao Shanglin completed the registration, and she was still in the queue. Who made her a chief big sister, although she was short and charming, but she was domineering, and she was afraid of her. And then there are a dozen elders and some excellent old temple disciplines, they are all coming to the disciples. If they cultivate a good disciple and win the glory for Dragon Elephant Sect, they will also be rewarded. Disciple is amazing, they do master also has light on his face. The more than a dozen young temple disciples saw these elders disgusting Shen Zhang's look, and looked at Xiao Shanglin with sarcasm. Who is so boring? I actually brought in the introduction of the world-defying sacred realm late stage. That is, Shanglin introduced it, you are so gimmick, too naughty. Shanglin, what do you do wrong? You will be disqualified, and you will not be able to help you. Xiao Shanglin tenderly snorted and said, let you manage, you are going to pick your baby disciple. I recommend this person, you love if wanted, anyway, he is amazing. Xianglin, you are cheated by him. Don't look at this brat, looks good, knowing people don't know. An elder kindly persuaded Xianglin, because she can still give up now. In short, these elders and the old temple discipline are all kinds of disgusting Shenshang, and they are not looking at Shenshang, so they will definitely not pick Shenjiang's. Xianglin, no one chooses Shenshang to be a disciple. According to the rules of Dragon Elephant Sect, he can't enter Dragon Elephant Sect. The old man responsible for receiving the discipline said. They don't want it, I said it before. I will be his master, this is all right. Xianglin said with a grin, she knows that Shenjiang's is amazing, just no alchemy refining the Crystal Emperor. Put more than a dozen other disciplines here. Shenshang is opposed in the heart, because he does not want to do the disciple of this gimmick, but this is a big loss. Xianglin feels very happy in her heart, because she is about to become Shenjiang's master, and she has come to this section. She thinks that Shenshang will definitely be there. Of course, Shenshang has had several masters, and he only has a little disadvantage in his seniority. He can always get a lot of benefits from the master, so Shenshang recognized it at this time. At most, he decided to eat Xianglin and fish from her. Come back. Okay, then start the Dragon Elephant Saint Soul Heritage Ceremony. An old man took out more than a dozen beads in his hand. Unfortunately, I have to waste a Dragon Elephant Saint Soul on such a guy. That is, Xianglin is really noisy. Several other temple disciplines are talking next to them, stimulating those elders. Dragon Elephant Saint Soul is a precious resource of Dragon Elephant Sect. They feel that it is a waste of Shenshang. Now start one by one. I saw that the newly introduced recognizer touched the bead would split, and then there would be a little dragon, or a small elephant, all phantom. Enter the chest of the person and merge it into it. Not Dragon Elephant Saint Soul. Shenshang whispered. How is there a dragon or an elephant? That is the need to develop Dragon Elephant later, this is just a foundation, the process is the most important. Xianglin whispered. Shenshang nodded. Very good, this batch of fusion is very fast, it is a good seed. The old man said with a smile, but he saw Shenshang, complexion sank, but he still has to give the beads to Shenshang. When Shenshang touched the beads did not break apart, unlike the previous dozens of disciplines. Haha, this guy is too weak, even the Dragon Elephant Saint Soul is too lazy to care for him. It should be like this. Xianglin, you saw it. The fascinating discipline laughed very haughty. And the old man who was responsible for the discipline hall, already those elder and old man, they are not the same reaction, because they all know what it means. I only heard Xianglin laughed heartily up, let your uncles fart. You ignorant slut, don't you know what it means? This means that Shenshang itself has Dragon Saint Soul. Chapter 3453. Xianglin did not expect that Shenshang actually had the Dragon Violent Soul. This means that Shenshang was originally cultivated from the Dragon Violent Soul to the Dragon Saint Soul. This process is very rare. The other disciplines are the late-stage fusion Dragon Elephant Saint Soul, and these Dragon Elephant Saint Soul are half residual, far less than the natural Dragon Saint Soul. Those elders are secretly regretting at this time, and they have the natural Dragon Saint Soul. This is very promising. Shenshang owns the Dragon Saint Soul. It is very likely that the Saint World-defying dragon has been cultivated. If this is the case, then practice again. Their Dragon Elephant divine art will be very good. Xianglin smiled very happy, but Shenshang had some regrets because he thought that the Dragon Elephant Saint Soul in the bead was a good thing, but now he can't get in because he owns the Dragon Saint Soul. He felt that this was a big loss for him. Shenshang, now you are my disciple. Xianglin patted Shenjiang's shoulder, very haughty, call master. Master. Shenshang is reluctant to shout it. The glamorous woman is dying, because even if they are the disciplines of these temples, not many of them have the natural Dragon Saint Soul. The natural Dragon Saint Soul is very rare, and they are all decomposed by Dragon Elephant Saint Soul, which was developed by Dragon Elephant Sect. They are all acquired Dragon Elephant Saint Soul. Just those who looked down on Shenjiang's people, all of them were all stunned at the moment, because they all looked away. Although Shenshang only has the cultivation base of the world-defying sacred realm late stage, his ever-natural Dragon Saint Soul is very popular no matter what sect. There is nothing to haughty, wait until he cultivates the Saint World-defying dragon. Let him now be world-defying sacred realm, but have not yet cultivated the dragon saint soul. Most of his dragon saint soul is of poor quality. A man cynical, sour. Those temple disciplines nodded because they couldn't sense the dragon chi on Shenshong. They were dragon elephant sect, and they were very sensitive to this breath. Xiao Xianglin also finds it strange, because in general, with the dragon saint soul, as long as you step into the world-defying sacred realm, most of them can cultivate the saint world-defying dragon, and in the poor world can also be cultivated in the world-defying sacred realm middle stage, but now Shenshong has been world-defying sacred realm late stage. I have cultivated it, Shenshong indifferently said. This seems to be the first sentence he said after he came in. Shenshong can actually cultivate, and the temples of the temple have nothing to say. The practice of the saint world-defying dragon means that they are very clear. If they are adolescents later, they may far exceed them, and they sneered at Shenshong before. It has already formed a beam. Then why can't I feel the dragon chi on you? Xiao Xianglin was very confused. She and Shenshong have been together for several days, especially in the days when they were in the big car. She didn't feel any breath. Yes, this is really strange. I used a secret method to hide it, because I heard that there is an imperial dragon palace here, specifically to grab someone else's saint world-defying dragon. Shenshong said. He chose to join Dragon Elephant sect, which is also to avoid the Imperial Dragon Palace in the future. Even if he uses the power of Scarlet Fire Divine Dragon, the Imperial Dragon Palace can't do anything to him. What is this secret method? An elder is curious because few people can avoid the tracking of Imperial Dragon God. The secret method can't be circulated. Shenshong gave the elder nothing to say. Even if people want to say it, they will tell their master first. Xiao Xianglin was very haughty with a white glance at the elder. Just now these elders all treated Shenshong as rubbish. They hated Shenshong, but now they know that Shenshong owns Dragon Saint Soul, but they come up. The acceptance ceremony is complete. Xiao Xianglin said impatiently, hurry up and send something. The responsible old man also secretly looked away from his own eyes, because if this matter is passed out, it will definitely become a joke. These old fellows also admire Shenshong very much, because Shenshong was so disgusted by them. They did not show any dissatisfied expression, and they looked very calmly there. This form is very good. Shenshong got a Dragon Elephant sect identity card, followed by several sets of clothes and a divine sword made with a Crystal Emperor, and a small piece of Crystal Emperor of a very good quality. This Crystal Emperor is only as big as a walnut. For Shenshong, this is a small pity, but the mosquito legs are small and meat too. In fact, this distribution to the discipline is very good for many people. After all, they just entered the Dragon Elephant sect and they have this kind of reward. If they perform well in the future, they will get more. It is master's business to arrange the residence. Xiao Xianglin is of course bringing Shenshong back to her place. Such a baby disciple, she can take good care of it. After walking out of the discipline hall, Shonger and Ling'er saw Shen Zhang's uncomfortable look and couldn't help but laugh because they knew that Shenshong was very unwilling to be Xiao Xianglin's disciple, but at that time there was no such thing. The method, Shenshong can only recognize the scalp. Don't laugh, whoever makes it is not necessarily. Shenshong coldly snorted. Of course you earned it. It's very rare to have such a good master. Shonger happily said with a smile. How many people want to be a chief big sister disciple? You can't have a convenient. Oh, I just didn't expect things to develop like this. I am not ready yet. Shenshong snorted. You unexpectedly have Dragon Saint Soul. This is really rare. Here, the natural Dragon Saint Soul is not much. Even the Imperial Dragon Palace guys are also grabbed from others, and they are using the secret method was born, but the Dragon Saint Soul is relatively bad, said Xiao Xianglin. Master, you can be awesome, and you will definitely be able to see in the future. Shenshong made a face to Xiao Xianglin. Xiao Xianglin was very happy to return to her small palace with Shenshong and 2 female slaves. When she was on the road, Shenshong learned that there was such a small palace in the temple. Where do I live? Shenshong asked. Where do you want to live? Where you live? Xiao Xianglin said. As you choose, I will promise you, my baby disciple. I want to live with you. Shenshong grinned. You said you will promise me. Xiao Xianglin Zheng tenderly snorted and said, no, except my room, you choose. Shenshong looked at Shonger and Ling'er, said with a smile, then I live with them, is this all right? Ling'er made a big face to Shenshong. Zhao said with a smile, we live with Chief Big Sister, you can't choose her room. You guy, actually dare to play master's idea. Xiao Shanglin snorted and hit Shen Zhang's head. Shen Shang chose a large secret room as a room, because he might have to let Su Maiyao out of Hidden Jade Villa. He thought it would be his own private space. How do you know that Xiao Shanglin took 2 female slaves? I am coming in. Hurry up, I will teach you to cultivate dragon elephant, said Xiao Shanglin. Chapter 3454. Shen Shang feels that when he wants to do secret things in the future, he must use Divine Mirror of 6 Paths to seal it here, but he thinks it might not be useful, because Xiao Shanglin is a refiner, naturally knows what the form seal is, she wants it as not difficult to break open. So urgent, said Shen Shang. This is what the master should do. Xiao Shanglin said. Shang'er and Ling'er may help you here, you can learn from their dragon elephant. Shen Shang doesn't know much about dragon elephant. What happened to your previous dragon elephant? I heard that the more people of dragon elephant, the more powerful, the strongest guy here is 9-headed dragon elephant, right? This was before Shen Shang from Luzhuwei I learned there. Almost. My dragon elephant is given by my parents. If they don't need it for a while, they will lend me 4 heads to protect me. Xiao Shanglin said. Now I have already returned to them. Quote. Shen Shang looked at Shang'er and Ling'er. How many dragon elephants did you cultivate? 2 ends, Shang'er said. It's not easy to practice dragon elephant. Subsequently, both of them released their own dragon elephant, which was very small. It was only the size of a tiger. It was not as good as the one that was so formidable. So small. Are you deliberately narrowing down? Shen Shang walked over and touched. Dragon elephant is full of dragon scales, 4 claws are very sharp, with a dragon horn on the head, the body is an elephant's body, with a long and powerful nose. We're just divine world defying realm initial stage, the biggest dragon elephant is so big. Ling'er snorted and said, Chief Big Sister is a middle stage, and it's a lot bigger than our dragon elephant. Quote. Right, you put your dragon out and let us see, how big. Shang'er is very curious. Quickly released, Xiao Shanglin quickly urged, my dragon can be big or small. Shen Shang said very seriously, but Xiao Shanglin, the 3 women, couldn't help thinking about it, thinking that Shen Shang was talking about some aspect. Seeing the 3 women staring at him, Shen Shang also knows that they want to swear, didn't know whether to cry or laugh. Be careful, Xiao Shanglin took a sip. I said that seriously, your thoughts are not pure, and you want to be embarrassed. Shen Shang said with no anger, then he released world-defying Azure Dragon from the 9th level space. When it was just released, it looked like a glowing little green snake. When Shang'er wanted to reach out and touch it, Shen Shang made world-defying Azure Dragon suddenly bigger. Soon, world-defying Azure Dragon was like a big python, scared Shang'er with a scream. Later, Shen Shang made the world-defying Azure Dragon as thick as a water tank. Gradually, world-defying Azure Dragon was too big to fit in this big room. This is Azure Dragon, Xiao Shanglin was shocked. She was the first time to see the Saint world-defying dragon so close, and it was still very rare Azure Dragon. Shen Shang puts world-defying Azure Dragon down and says, well, so I have to hide better. I don't want Imperial Dragon God to know. After seeing Shen Zhang's Azure Dragon, Xiao Shanglin thoroughly understood why Shen Shang was so confident at the beginning that she could kill her in the future, but she didn't have any conflict with Shen Shang at the time. She was scared to think of it now. But now, Shen Shang is already her disciple, which makes her happy. Now I am beginning to ask you to use this dragon to breathe the elephant soul. You should be easier to do. After you have developed the elephant spirit, you can cultivate a divine elephant through the soul, and then merge the dragon elephant spirits. Condensed dragon elephant, said Xiao Shanglin. Shen Shang thought about it and decided to release his earth-suppressing divine elephant, because of this, he could make dragon elephant blend. He could have combined the Scarlet Fire Divine Dragon before, through the magical slate in Divine Mirror of 6 Paths. But he wants to merge the 2 divine beasts alone, but he can't succeed. He doesn't know why. Master, wait, Shen Shang saw Xiao Shanglin take out a book and prepare to start explaining. What? Asked Xiao Shanglin. Actually, I accidentally made a mistake and also cultivated an elephant. Shen Shang said. I just don't know how to make dragon elephant merge. After Shang'er heard, there is such a thing, without the dragon elephant divine art of our dragon elephant sect, it is very much that makes the dragon elephant coexist. Shen Shang was cultivated many years ago. Ling'er said, let's show it out, is it different from our divine elephant? Shen Shang put his earth-suppressing divine elephant out, and he didn't know why. Earth-suppressing divine elephant came out with a white arrogance and whitened, although it looked like a very beautiful huge white elephant, but that momentum is very powerful. Xiang'er and Ling'er were shocked to retreat a few steps. They thought that Shen Zhang's divine elephant was as big as their dragon elephant. I didn't expect it to be a three-headed white giant. Fortunately, this room was compared high, otherwise it can't be accommodated at all. Earth-suppressing divine elephant. Xiao Xionglan knows more than the two female slaves, seeing the out of the ordinary of this white elephant. Is it amazing? Shen Xiong asked. He didn't expect Xiao Xionglan to be earth-suppressing divine elephant. The strongest divine elephant in legend, at the beginning of the road, it was used to suppress hell and divine elephant in the world. Xiao Xionglan took a few deep breaths and wondered that Shen Xiong always surprised her. Now she can pass the steps of practicing divine elephant and let Shen Xiong begin to practice the dragon elephant fusion. Dragon elephant is a fusion of the souls of dragon elephant. You should have tried it before, but it didn't work. It's mainly because you didn't master the key methods, and the dragon elephant divine art tells you how. Fusion. Xiao Xionglan said. Our dragon elephant divine art can make dragon elephant blend, because we have a Dao creation spell. Quote. Dao creation spell. Shen Xiong frowned. He immediately guessed that there must be fusion spell among Dao creation spell. If he can master it, it might be more convenient in alchemy. Yes, mainly a group of Dao creation spell, called fusion spell, is the secret of our dragon elephant sect. Xiao Xionglan said. Even if I can only learn the third order. We are too, Xiang'er said. If you want to learn more, it's up to dragon elephant sect's elder and dean meeting. Your parents must learn more than you can learn from them. Shen Xiong whispered. No, they signed the blood contract when they were studying. If they were passed to others, they would be under the blood contract backlash, so they could not pass it to me. Xiao Xionglan shook his head. I have already applied, but it didn't pass. Right, what is the use of learning more fusion spell? Isn't it 3 enough? Shen Xiong asked. Not enough. Dragon elephant will be more and more powerful in the future. If you integrate them better, you need to use more fusion spell. Now I can only master 3 fusion spells, so after the dragon elephant fusion, I can only play. Dragon elephant's 30% strength is just because they are not a perfect fusion, Xiao Xionglan said. Chapter 3455. Shen Xiong thought quietly. Among the 9 groups of Dao creation spell in the Dao creation Saint Crystal, there is no fusion spell. If there is, he will make a big profit, and then he will not have to apply in a low-pitched manner. Don't see our dragon elephant blend well, but it's not perfect. Ling'er whispered. The dragon elephant you saw before is just a fusion of 60%. It's not fully integrated. Quote. Master, you are convinced that applying for more fusion spells should be easier to pass, why is it rejected? Shen Xiong asked. Dragon elephant sect has a total of 36 elders. The 36 elders' relationship is not so good. Chief Big Sister has her parents and some elders are selfish and want to get benefits. So in the end there are only 10 elders agreeing. To learn other fusion spells, at least 30 elders are required to agree, and Dean will hand over fusion spell, explains Xiang'er. Do you have a crystal emperor for them? Shen Xiong snorted. Is this not difficult? A crystal emperor, you send a meal. Ling'er spit out his tongue. Those elders want Dao creation Saint Stone, and it's still high grades Dao creation Saint Stone, at least 20. Shen Xiong shook his head and sighed. These elders do not hinder the development of sect. As a result, there is no discipline to learn more about fusion spell. Is sect disciple getting weaker? How to compete with other sects? That's not because we have a dragon elephant sect every time of a period of time, there will be more than what to try. Through competition, the top 10, you can learn a fusion spell. Xiao Xionglan said. I just missed a few times, my parents didn't let me participate, it's too dangerous. So, aren't you going to be behind many of your peers? Shen Xiong remembered the enchanting woman who had been ridiculed by Xiao Xionglan, who were all disciples and could compete. Yes, now among the peers, there are already many people who have mastered the 4th order fusion spell, and I still have the 3rd order. When I use the power of dragon elephant, I will be weaker than them, but I will never lose them. Xiao Xionglan said this, he was very helpless. Because every time she plays a game, she is always blocked by her parents, causing her to miss. Her parents are more powerful and feel that they can protect their daughters and not let their daughters take the risky game. Shen Xiong finally understands why when Xiao Xionglan goes out, there will be an 8-headed dragon elephant protection, which is actually excessively caring for her parents. So start teaching me to learn about fusion spell now. Shen Shang said. I have the foundation to learn Tao creation spell, I should be able to master it quickly. I don't know about you. In short, I learned the first one with the younger sister for a few decades. Shang'er said. It takes 100 or 200 years to learn 3. Chief Big Sister is the fastest and has been completed in 3 years, says Ling'er. Shen Shang feels that relying on time domain, one day he should be able to learn 1. In fact, fusion spell is very useful and should be helpful to your alchemy. In short, it is very helpful for my refiner setup formation, you should learn very quickly, because these 2 gimmicks do not have Tao creation spell basic, so I learned it for a long time, Xiao Shanglin said. Shen Shang nodded. Subsequently, Xiao Shanglin turned into 3 Tao creation spells out of thin air and said, this is 3 fusion spells. You should see that the simplest one is the first order fusion spell. The simplest fusion spell also has 6 strokes. The second level amplification spell that Shen Shang studied before is only 2 strokes at a time. He is so complicated to learn at once, which puts him under some pressure. Shen Shang went to see Tao creation spell in Divine Mirror of 6 Paths and found the 9 6-stroke Tao creation spell. The 3 simple ones were exactly the same as the 3 painted by Xiao Shanglin. In other words, he has a complete set of fusion spell in Divine Mirror of 6 Paths, which is in the 1st to the 9th order, which makes him secretly happy. The 4th level is Flight spell, and the 5th level is a phonetic spell. This phonetic spell is at the 5th level. It should be very strong. You must have time to learn. After drawing 3 fusion spells, Xiao Shanglin took out 3 transparent crystal slates, which were engraved with 3 fusion spells. They said, you take it back and follow that to learn, that's all right. As for how to learn, you should not use it. I have taught you. Xiao Shanglin touched Shen Zhang's head and smiled. My good deed, you will not let the teacher down. I should learn soon, said Shen Shang. When you master fusion spell, I will teach you how to use it to make Dragon Elephant a soul. Xiao Shanglin leaned into Shen Zhang's ear and said in a low voice, good, if you perform well, Master can send you these 2 gimmicks. Anyway, we are already a family. After Shang'er and Ling'er heard it, his face was slightly red and whispered. No, if you are a master, you will not refuse. Shen Shang smiled badly, and then kissed Xiao Shanglin's sweet lips with great speed. Xiao Shanglin had already put her head next to Shen Shang. She really didn't think that Shen Shang was so courageous. She dared to kiss her little mouth. After she smashed her face was flushed and her anger rose. After Shang'er and Ling'er saw it, I was surprised, but my heart was in rejoice in other people's misfortune, because their first kiss of Chief Big Sister was stolen by a disicle. I want to kill you. Xiao Shanglin smirked, loud voice shouted, but did not fight. Master, kill me, Shen Shang doesn't matter. Xiao Shanglin was so angry that she turned her face into a woman's innate talent. Next, Shen Shang broke out with a pig-like scream, and then Xiao Shanglin walked with 2 beautiful and alluring female slaves. Little Ka, you have time to refine a soft armor with a special waistband. Shen Shang touched the painful place and said, I don't know how many times I will be beaten by her. You found it yourself. Feng Ka swinged in Hidden Jade Villa and had a great time with Long Shui. The little girl with no conscience. Shen Shang said, then release time domain and learn about fusion spell. Shen Shang looked at the 6-stroke fusion spell, and there was some pain. Feng Ka, who first studied 3 space spells, was definitely in the same mood as him. Tao creation spell, who he studied before, was only the only 2 amplification spells, but he also learned that he was suffering, not to mention that he now has to learn a few 6 Tao creation spells. Would it be easier to learn the 6-stroke Tao creation spell before going to study? Shen Shang thought secretly, and now he can only learn from the scalp. Chapter 3456. At the beginning, Shen Shang felt very complicated and very headache. I didn't know when to learn. I felt a bit boring in my heart, but after he went deep into the study, he was immersed in it and became very concentrated. He gradually ignored the time lapse. It was only after he mastered the first order fusion spell that he quit the serious learning state because of his joy. I finally learned a fusion spell, it seems that time has not passed. Shen Shang himself estimated the time of Vulgar's death. He probably only used it for more than 10 years. He felt that he could continue to learn because outside there is still no past day. Then he started to learn the second. He is very attracted to Xiao Shanglin, because Xiao Shanglin learned fusion spell very quickly. In fact, this is mainly because Xiao Shonglin started learning Tao creation spell when he was very young, which laid a solid foundation for her. When Shen Shong learned the second fusion spell, it took a lot longer than before. He himself was unexpected. Unexpectedly would be so difficult, but it was a second-order fusion spell. It took almost 50 years. Time. It's not too long. The two gimmicks, Shonger and Linger, are said to take almost 200 years to master 3. I should be better than them. Shen Shong thought that he had mastered some Tao creation spell and it would be easier to learn fusion spell, but it was not easy. Is it not that I have learned the innate talent of Tao creation spell? I can only make up for it by time. Xiao Shonglin is a woman, actually learned a Tao creation spell for 3 years, it is terrifying, is this innate talent? Shen Shong secretly marvels. Stand up. Shen Shong decided to learn 3 fusion spells first, at least that would make him not too bad in the Dragon Elephant sect. After more than 80 years, Shen Shong mastered the 3rd fusion spell. He spent the time and spent about 150 years, not too slow, but he didn't seem to be better than Xiao Shonglin. How much is the female slave? Well, I should have not learned Tao creation spell's innate talent, so I will master it so slowly. After Shen Shong intends to go out, she will go to Xiao Shonglin to ask if she has mastered these 3 Tao creation spells. How long did it take? Shen Shong thinks that these 3 fusion spells are already very powerful. Originally he planned to learn the 9th order fusion spell directly, but he thought about it. The 9th order Tao creation spell is so complicated. If there is no previous foundation, maybe it will be used. Thousands of you can't even learn, so he still learns from the first one honestly. Learning Tao creation spell is also a step-by-step process, and each level of Tao creation spell can be superposition. If it is used well, you can superposition the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fusion spells together. Come, you can improve even bigger. Xiao Shonglin also said before that it is not easy to want perfect superposition, it takes a long time to master, and she used it for a long time. Shen Shong didn't know how to make the Dragon Elephant Saint Soul blend together. He took out 2 Crystal Emperors, engraved the 1st order fusion spell on the 2 Crystal Emperors, and then put the 2 Crystal Emperors into the together. He saw that the Crystal Emperor flashed a burst of light at the moment of the touch, and the 2 Crystal Emperors seemed to be sticky and then merged. The process of fusion was very slow. If you don't look carefully, you can't find that you are merging. Shen Shong estimates that at this speed, it takes at least 1 month. Is it because fusion spell is only a 1st order? Shen Shong pondered for a while, then engraved a 2nd order fusion spell on the Crystal Emperor, superposition on the 1st stage. Mantra superposition. He has excellent control, 1st level element mantra, what kind of fire lighting spell, he can be very superposition. Now he uses these fusion spell to superposition merge, very convenient. It's a little faster. Shen Shong can see that the 2 Crystal Emperors are clearly fused, but he doesn't think it's fast enough, because at this speed, it takes a whole day to complete the fusion. Shen Shong then superposition 3rd order fusion spell. The 2 Crystal Emperors have been speeding up at this point, and he expects an hour to succeed. Only what he expected in his heart was the instant fusion. If you join the 4th order fusion spell, it will definitely be faster. Shen Shong looks at the 2 Crystal Emperors that are merging and thinking. An hour has passed, 2 Crystal Emperors merge together, only one piece of Crystal Emperor is so big, if it is bigger after the fusion, it is just a patchwork, no meaning. Only fusion like this will improve the quality of the Crystal Emperor. If this is infinitely integrated, I don't know what it will be like. Shen Shong jumped in his heart, he had a lot of Crystal Emperor, I think I can give it a try. The quality of the Crystal Emperor should have a limit. Said Feng Ka, who had thought about this before because she also wanted to make the most of the Crystal Emperor possible. What if the Crystal Emperor continues to improve quality? Shen Shong was very curious, will it evolve into something more powerful? With fusion spell, Shen Shong doesn't need to use alchemy to improve the quality of the Crystal Emperor, it will take time, and it will make him more tired. I don't know, I only know if I tried it. After you go out, ask your little beauty master. Su Maiyao Zhao said with a smile. I have been here for 2 days now, just go out and tell him that I have learned 3 fusion spells. Shen Shong snorted. It will scare her. Yes, she is so beautiful, you can't bear to scare her. Long Shui happily said with a smile. Shen Shong took the Crystal Emperor and released Time Domain. He now has to master more amplification spell, because amplification spell is very useful, although it is only the 2nd level mantra, but it can play very much. The increase in erupt. He felt that when he recrystallized the Crystal Emperor, he added amplification spell, and maybe the effect would be better. He now needs to refine the more powerful curse. Shen Shang thought that he had learned 3 6th level fusion spells and then learned the 2nd level of amplification spell. It would be relatively easy, but not. He is very sure that he has not learned Dao creation spell's innate talent. I can only come slowly. It seems to take a lot of time. Shen Shang now needs to learn Dao creation spell, which is useful for alchemy. 7 or 8 Dao creation spells at the 2nd level used him for hundreds of years. Even though he didn't think that time passed when he was studying, he always had a headache after he learned it. He felt that he needed a period of time to learn. I will not be so bored. He took out some blood devil shark's blood, and then began to refine the blood shark to strengthen the body Dan. He had to refine into the 9th order amplification spell. Chapter 3457. After mastering all the amplification spells, Shen Shang certainly has to try to see how it works. Moreover, he now needs to eat some blood sharks to strengthen himself. He feels that he can help him step into the peak of world-defying sacred realm. Shen Shang, you want to step into the peak of world-defying sacred realm. It is essential to have a strong fleshly body. Blood shark is the best choice. After your fleshly body is improved, your saint world-defying will not be restricted by the weakness of the fleshly body. When you eat the pillars that enhance the soul of saint world-defying, you can break through. He Fengyuan said. Shen Shang almost forgot He Fengyuan in his divine mirror of 6 paths. When I go out, I will ask my little beauty master to see if she has improved the soul of saint world-defying. When I see if I can get Dan, the refining will come out more, Shen Shang said. You give me food, I can eat Dan Fang. He Fengyuan said. I followed my father, but I tasted a lot of herbs. If you use the herbs that you haven't eaten, can you eat it? Shen Shang snorted. You want to eat Dan, hurry to restore strength, right? Not bad, He Fengyuan said. You are relieved. After I recover my strength, I am not your opponent. You will definitely step into a higher realm. Well, let's talk about it later. Shen Shang knows that the high-level alchemist here is still very powerful, the status is not low, and only the weak divine mirror of 6 paths will be enslaved. It is 2 different extremes. Shen Shang took the 1st order amplification spell superposition while refining the blood shark, and he refines 2 at the same time. He can simultaneously condense 2 groups when he uses world-defying to condense amplification spell. Come, so that you can engrave 2 blood sharks in the body. It's been a month since the 1st to the 5th amplification spell were engraved into the 5% 2 blood sharks, and now he is starting to condense Dan. It was very easy to condense Dan, and amplification spell did not make the blood shark strong and very violent. The 2 Dans are all condensed. He has carved the wrinkles on the 2 Dans. He wants the 2 Dans to merge together. He wants to see if fusion spell can help alchemy. After the use of amplification spell by Shen Shang, the blood shark is a great improvement in quality. Now he combines these 2 blood sharks into a stronger, the quality will definitely be higher. After he condensed out of fusion spell, he wanted to engrave the 9th order amplification spell after the fusion, but he tried it, but he didn't succeed because the 2 Dans themselves already have all the amplification spells, and they can't accommodate them anymore. The 2 Dans merged together in 1 hour. The blood-red blood shark's sturdy Dan became golden light and the quality improved greatly. Shen Shang suspected that this Dan was already Dao creation divine pill, but only low grade only. I have to eat it myself. Shen Shang ate a grain. It was not easy for him to refine the grain. It took about 2 months before and after, but the consumption was not very big. It took time to condense Dao creation spell. The blood shark is strong inside the body. It contains the power of Dao creation saint stone. The Dao creation saint stone is a very strong stone, and the energy is absorbed by the human body, and the fleshly body of the person will become very powerful. After Shen Shang ate this mantra, the blood shark was strong, and the rich Dao creation saint stone rushed out. This effect surprised him. Great, if there is a lot of this kind of Dan, then my fleshly body will definitely enhance a lot. Shen Shang decided to enter the large-scale refining in time domain. After refining here, Shen Shang immediately entered time domain and made a refining. He gave it to Zhang Sili to eat and let her see how many tablets needed to evolve. I probably eat 30 capsules. The quality of this kind of Dan is very high. Zhang Sili sighed after eating it. 30 grains. It's too easy. Shen Shang breathed a sigh of relief, which was just 2 days after he turned on the 2nd level time domain. Shen Shang refining 30 spells in the time domain. After the blood shark is strong, Dan is only 5 days away. Zhang Silly, the girl pill spirit, has quickly evolved and can condense the bloody shark. Strong body Dan. Shen Shang put the 3 girls pill spirit into time domain, and they all evolved very quickly, so that they can condense 6 capsules a day. Before they were condensing Crystal Emperor, now Shen Shang needs to eat the cursed blood shark to strengthen the body Dan, so they no longer condense Crystal Emperor. Shen Shang does not use time domain now, but gives time domain's strength to Feng Ka and let them learn Dao creation spell, which is useful to them. Among the Dao creation spells, the amplification spell of the 2nd level is more useful. They must be mastered. If they are elemental, they will take it. Shen Shang is eating a cursed blood shark to strengthen the body of Dan, to enhance the strength of the fleshly body. In this innovative place, there are many Dao creation saint stone refining Dao god soldiers. He does not have a good fleshly body. No, at least when the Dao god soldier was hit, his body would not be broken like a paper paste. Shen Shang has been practicing in the chamber for 3 years. He has studied the 4th order fusion spell, and several women in Hidden Jade Villa have mastered the Dao creation spell they need. Now they are all entering world-defying sacred realm late stage, began to eat the cursed blood shark to strengthen the body to enhance their fleshly body. Su Maiyao has a more important thing to do, is to constantly blend the Crystal Emperor inside, and merge a Crystal Emperor into the together to see what it will become. Shen Shang walked out of the Chamber of Secrets. Although she only studied 4 fusion spells, she benefited a lot. He found that when 2 Crystal Emperors were merged, the 4th order Dao creation spell was added, and the quality would be much higher than the 3rd order upgrade, although only some, but with all the subsequent fusion spells added, the promotion will be more. Now he understands why when the Dragon Elephant merges, more fusion spells need to be added to make it even better. My baby disciple is always calculated. I thought that you would come out every few months, and you actually shut yourself down for so long. Xiao Shanglan saw Shen Shang coming out, hastily come along. This year, she seems to want Shen Shang some. After all, she has just received a short time, and this disciple has been closed for a year. Xiao Shanglan I don't know, Shen Shang has been in time domain for hundreds of years. Shen Shang looked at Xiao Shanglan, their master and servant, both wearing black skin-tight clothes, which seemed to be going to play. Where are you going? Shen Shang frowned and said, is there any difficulty in the Dao Ancestor door? No, the game is not an important thing. This is the most important thing at the moment. If it is not for waiting for you, we have already followed the big team. Shang'er whispered and said, you guy is really and you are not dead like this. What is so important? It's so important, are you coming in directly? Shen Shang was very curious, and Dragon Elephant Sect actually sent a big team. Chapter 3458. Xiao Shanglan throws a set of clothes for Shen Shang, also a set of black skin-tight clothes. Xiao Shanglan throws a set of clothes for Shen Shang, also a set of black skin-tight clothes. You quickly change, then we set off. Xiao Shanglan said, we don't know what you are doing, if you disturb your good deeds, will we be killed by you when we arrive? Shen Shang threw the black skin-tight clothes back to Xiao Shanglan, said with a smile, I don't have to change. Why, change clothes, we have night operations, it is more convenient. Xiao Shanglan said. Shen Shang thought about it and applied the transformation technique to directly make the clothes on his body black. Look, I am not changing it. Well, you actually master this evil technique, you are amazing. Xiao Shanglan put the suit away, then turned to the door, we have to hurry. Shen Shang didn't have time to get what it was. Xiao Shanglan was already flying. He could only follow Xiao Shanglan and run out of Dragon Elephant Sect. Coming out of the Dragon Elephant Sect, Xiao Shanglan released 2 big dragon elephants. It was no longer the formerly formidable majestic dragon elephant. The 8-headed dragon elephant was her parents. These 2 are her own. Shen Shang after entering the cart, why didn't your parents give you dragon elephant? Because they also go to that place, dragon elephant is a must for their operations. Xiao Shanglan said, they usually in the dragon elephant sect, they can lend me and let me pull the car. Are you not their baby daughter? How are they willing to let you start like this? Shen Shang felt the big car being dragged and flying in the air, and it was already driving fast. I sneak out, don't worry. Xiao Shanglan said, I must go this kind of thing. What the hell is it, you haven't told me yet. Shen Shang snorted. Xiao Shanglan glanced at Shang'er and gestured to her. Shen Shang, have you heard of legendary spell? Shang'er asked. I haven't heard of it. I know very little about Dao creation spell. Shen Shang shook his head. Then you must have heard of Luo Juyang. Shang'er said again. Mentioning Luo Juyang, Qin Shuang in Hidden Jade Villa is a vibration, because Luo Juyang is her grandfather, son old ancestor. I heard that. Shen Zhang's face became serious. What? Luo Juyang suddenly appeared. Shang'er was also excited. He and Ji Yutong Elder's relationship is very good. He suddenly appeared in Dragon Elephant Sect, and told Ji Yutong Elder that he found legendary spell. Let Ji Yutong Elder went with him. Shen Shang took a deep breath. Luo Juyang actually appeared, and also said what legend Dao creation spell. What exactly is legendary spell? Shen Shang asked. It's a very good Dao creation spell. There are only 9 kinds of Dao creation spell in the world. These 9 Dao creation spells have 9 orders, and legendary spell is outside these 9 spells, and legendary spell is only separate. First order, but very powerful, we don't know what it is, Shang'er said. The actual Dao creation spell has so much to learn. Shen Shang nodded. He is now more concerned about Luo Juyang, because Qin Shuang is not similarly think of this matter. He does not know if he can see Luo Juyang this time. It's far from here, they've been away for 2 months, and other sects have learned about it, and they've all gone out. Xiao Shonglin said. We are the most backward. Well, it's all because of me, I am sorry. Shen Shang also has some self-blame. If he comes out early, he may be able to catch up with the big team and see Luo Juyang. It's too slow. Xiao Shonglin kept complaining. If there is an 8th dragon elephant borrowed from your mother, will it be faster? Shen Shang asked. No, the dragon elephant is bigger and not a fast beast. Xiao Shonglin shook his head. If there is the Imperial Dragon Palace Black Dragon Horse, then we might not be too late. Really? Shen Shang jumped at the brow, but he had a dragon horse. Black Dragon Horse has a bloodline with a Black Wind Dragon and a Lightning Black Horse, and the speed is naturally very fast. Xiao Shonglin said. Unfortunately, this kind of thing is unique to the Imperial Dragon Palace. It's not the Imperial Dragon Palace. I have 2, Shen Shang said seriously. Xiao Shonglin, their master and servant, also knows a lot about his secrets, such as Azure Dragon and Earth-suppressing Divine Elephant. There are also alchemy techniques, so I am not afraid to know that they have a Black Dragon Horse. Xiao Shonglin after all, it is Shen Zhang's master. Although it is not long before they know each other, they usually fight with their mouths, but they have the same taste and are very compatible. The inside of the RV is still quite large, and Shen Shang puts out 2 Black Dragon Horses. This is the Black Dragon Horse of the Imperial Dragon Palace. Where did you get it? Xiao Shonglin exclaimed, and Shang'er and Ling'er were scared of dumbstruck. Not the Imperial Dragon Palace. As for where I got it, you don't have to worry about it. Can you dare to use it now? Shen Shang asked. Cheat, this is clearly marked by the Imperial Dragon Palace. Xiao Shonglin pointed to a place on the neck of the horse. There is a fingerprint of the size of the finger. Shen Shang did not find it before. Well, it's the Imperial Dragon Palace. Shen Shang snorted. I killed 2 weak Imperial Dragon Gods and tamed their Black Dragon Horse. You don't want to talk around. Xiao Shonglin said. You guys are really messy, and you can kill the people of Imperial Dragon Palace. It's really daring. I still touch the Black Dragon Horse so close. Shang'er has come up and caressed the Black Dragon Horse, as did Ling'er. You don't want to go everywhere. Shen Shang is warned repeatedly again. We are not stupid, of course, we won't talk around. Xiao Shonglin said. It's you, don't show off, that's alright. Shang'er said. There is no way to make these 2 dragon horses change color. If we use it and find it by the Imperial Dragon Palace, it will be troublesome. Xiao Shonglin squeezed Shang'er's face. Little idiot, this Black Dragon Horse can't be used, just in case. It was discovered by the Imperial Dragon Palace, and the consequences are very serious. Shen Shang thought about it and said, okay, what about this? He used the anti-strength on the 2 Black Dragon Horses to make it invisible, so no one could see the Black Dragon Horse, but the Black Dragon Horse still exists. Shen Shang also wants to go to that place quickly, so that she can meet Luo Juyang earlier, so using the Black Dragon Horse is the fastest. Xiao Shonglin has long been amazed at Shen Zhang's various methods. She herself wants to go as soon as she wants Shen Shang, and now she can only agree. It is now Shen Shang and Ling'er riding a Black Dragon Horse. Xiao Shonglin and Shang'er, mainly Xiao Shonglin, who was last kissed by Shen Shang suddenly, and she was very wary of Shen Shang. Shen Shang proposed to ride with her. she knew Shen Zhang's bad thoughts. Chapter 3459. Ling didn't worry too much that Shen Shang would take her convenient. Anyway, she was appointed. After all, she was a female slave and she had seen Shen Shang before. But to her little disappointment, Shen Shang unexpectedly did not take her convenient. In fact, mainly Shen Shang is thinking about Luo Juyang, the Sun-old ancestor, and has been talking to Qin Shuang about how to get to know Luo Juyang. I haven't known how my grandfather is doing now, Qin Shuang said. I am very worried that he has changed. Should not, he is still a friend with Ji Yutong, indicating that he has not changed. Shen Shang said with a smile, Little Shuang, you should have confidence in your grandfather. Shen Shang understands what Qin Shuang is worried about. She is worried that her grandfather has changed her emotions for some reason. For example, practicing some cultivation techniques can make herself cold and ruthless. Or it is the invasion of the soul by some evil strength. This kind of thing is already strange. Qin Shuang and her grandfather have not seen each other for many years, which also worried her, because the time is too long, it will make people feel weaker. After all, her grandmother is so many years in ancient fire god sect, her grandfather did not go back. I must find him this time, Qin Shuang said. Grandma, she heard about the things on the other side of the world defying Soul River. It looks very wrong. It's very close, this will definitely be done. Shen Shang comforted Qin Shuang. The black dragon horse is flying in the air and has been invisible, so from below it looks like Shen Shang and Xiao Shanglan are three weird flying in the air. Shen Shang and Ling ride a horse, but the speed of the black dragon horse is not slow, and they don't feel crowded. The black dragon horse itself is very big, the horseback is long enough, but for stability, Shen Shang just holding Ling behind. Xiao Shanglan, who was always on the side, looked at Shen Shang in a daze. She thought that Shen Shang would move to Ling fight, but if she didn't, Shen Shang would be so honest, and she would have a few words in her heart. She thought Shen Shang is deliberately loaded with pure. After Shen Shang returned to God, he asked, how long will it be? Xiao Shanglan thought for a moment. There is still about 2 days or so, it is already very fast, and the speed of this black dragon horse is really fast. When Shen Shang was in the 5th layer world defying Soul River, he had already seen the speed of the black dragon horse, so he had made up his mind at that time and must conquer a black dragon horse, but he did not expect that the back would be so smooth. Actually got 2 black dragon horses. That is, Shen Shang smiled and held Ling savory beautiful and alluring female slave, which made him feel very comfortable, although he had no thoughts on Ling. Shen Shang, after you get close to the place, the black dragon horse is collected, and the Imperial Dragon Palace may have sent a large team to go. Xiao Shanglan said, although you use the secret method to make the black dragon horse invisible, then the Dragon Palace guy may be able to sense it. Well, I know, I will be careful when I get there. Shen Shang is still worried about the troubles of the Imperial Dragon Palace. The Imperial Dragon Palace, on the surface, does not seem to snatch the top 10 sect disciple. Dragon, but who knows in the dark? Fortunately, he did not expose his own Azure Dragon, otherwise let the Imperial Dragon Palace know that it will definitely hit his attention. Master, what exactly is that place? Is there any problem with my strength going there? Shen Shang asked. You don't have to worry about this, Shang'er and Ling can protect you. Xiao Shanglan said, we just have to get together to see if we can step on bullshit luck and let us get legendary spell. Yeah, we are going to open our eyes, legendary spell thinks that's alright, Ling said, then deliberately relying on Shen Shang, and I don't know why, she leaned on Shen Zhang's arms and felt that there was the same kind of comfort, she was so close to the man for the first time. Ling is divine world defying realm, but she is a female slave after all, and since she was a child, even though her cultivation base is higher than Shen Shang, her status is not as good as Shen Shang, not to mention Shen Shang is very capable, she thinks it is very good to have close contact with such a man. Xiao Shanglan saw that Ling seemed to enjoy Shen Shang holding, and the heart of this little girl who was stunned by the spring, actually took Shen Zhang's convenient. Shen Shang, who wouldn't know Ling mind? He did not expect the small female slave to dare to do so, but fortunately he is a determined man, not so easy to be confused by this little female slave. The place where legendary spell appears is called Headless Mountain Range. Xiao Shanglan looked at the mountains in front. The mountains here are all mountain peaks, so they haven't arrived yet. Is it true that there are no mountains in the Headless Mountain Range? Shen Shang said. Yes, the mountains seem to be cut by people, and the mountains of large and small are like this. Ling said tenderly, so the headless mountain range is very recognizable. 2 days after the black dragon horse flew, and as Xiao Shanglin expected, they had already arrived at the headless mountain range. Shen Shang saw that many mountain peaks were cut off, and all the large and small mountains here were so. It's weird, no wonder it's called headless mountain range. It's like a mountain without a head. Shen Shang landed 2 black dragon horses on the ground and then removed the black dragon horse. What are you going to do next? Let's arrange it. Shen Shang was quite convinced by Ling beautiful and alluring female slaves for the past 2 days. He felt that he was losing money. Ling came down from the black dragon horse, some haughty came to Xiao Shanglin, and Xiao Shanglin licked her buttocks. Ling just spit his tongue and still haughty. The next time you get back, you lose money. Su Maiyao Jiao said with a smile. I didn't expect you to have a bad day. Long Shui chuckle said. Xiao Shanglin didn't say anything about it. He looked serious and said, we have to be careful to go in, we can move slowly during the day and can be used for rest. At night, it is fast. Why? Shen Shang did not understand. Because there are a lot of dragon elephant sect spies in the headless mountain range, I can't let them find that I am here, otherwise I will be killed by them when I see my mother. Xiao Shanglin lightly snorted and said. I thought that there was something wrong with this headless mountain range that made you so careful, actually it was a spy. Shen Shang was shocked. Dragon elephant sect spies have a communication jade, and the communication jade is smelted into space spell, which can quickly send messages. If they are directed to me, my mother will know immediately and then stop me. Xiao Shanglin said. Change appearance is just fine. Shen Shang said. How big is it? The spies are very powerful. Even if they change appearance, they can recognize me. Xiao Shanglin shook her head and she was obviously caught by these spies many times. Chapter 3460, Shen Shang sighed and said, you are my most talented master. Shen Shang sighed and said, you are my most talented master. Xiao Shanglin is very dissatisfied. What do you mean? I have no ability. Do you still have a lot of masters before? There are several Shen Zhang's master. Master, how come you can come out with disciple? How can you be sneaky? You don't feel wrong, I feel very wrong with disciple. You are now a person with disciple, not the previous pretty brat. You have to come up with the domineering of the master. Shen Shang said with a sigh of relief. What do you do when you ride the 8-headed dragon elephant that day? Are you at the divine weapon building 10th layer? Where have you been? Feed the dog. Xiao Shanglin was beaten down by Shen Shang. Although she was so irritated, she couldn't say anything. She was not afraid of anything, but she was afraid of her parents. Shen Shang clasped her chest with her hands and snorted. I am more aggressive than you, I am not afraid of that much. Xiao Shanglin took a look at Shen Zhang's chest, shouted, well, then what do you say? How to do it? Of course, let go of your 2 big dragon elephants, drag your big car, fly in with great mighty, who dares to be in front of you, you go back to that's it. Shen Shang said, respond to those who come to the road with the most arrogant words, no matter who they are. After that, Shen Shang hurriedly said, no, you should let Ling or Shang talk arrogantly, the master does not speak, only let the female slave around him say arrogantly, this can be more arrogant. Xiao Shanglin thought about it, in order not to be looked down on by her own disciple, she could only do it with her scalp. She was coldly snorted and said to the 2 beautiful and alluring female slaves, you 2 little girls are listening. Come on, when you talk, how many arrogances are arrogant, how many squats? Know it, Ling and Shang are unanimous, and their chief big sister is hard to beat. Xiao Shanglin released her 2-headed dragon elephant and sighed. The dragon elephants of these 2 gimmicks are too small, and I only have 2-headed dragon elephant. The momentum is not enough. Your green dragon chi is enough, but 2 swing. Shen Shang thought about it and released more than a dozen heaven-devouring rats. Take this thing. Xiao Shanglin just wanted to say, just thing, only to see that more than 10 heaven-devouring rats suddenly became bigger and became exactly the same as her dragon elephant, but the momentum was weaker and saw more than a dozen such huge elephant together, it is still very shocking. I just can't fly, Shen Shang said with a smile, do you have any way? I let my dragon elephant release a flying field, as long as things in the field can be hung up, these mice, just charge the scene. Xiao Shanglin went to touch the heaven-devouring rat dragon elephant, said with a smile, it's quite like it. Heaven-devouring rat with the strength of Shen Zhang's, Heaven-devouring rat is now the peak of violent world-defying realm or world-defying sacred realm initial stage, and it won't be too weak. Shen Shang, what kind of ghosts do you have? The naughty linger has jumped on the back of heaven-devouring rat dragon elephant, and it seems that it is no different from the real dragon elephant. In this way, Xiao Shanglan flew in the air with a 16-head dragon elephant pull, although the speed was a bit slower, but it looked very powerful. The 16 dragon elephant carts seemed to have never been. Shang'er stood in front of the garage and looked at the 16 formidable dragon elephants in front, like a small hill, with a smile. Only two ends are true, said Xiao Shanglan. Enough, scare people, that's all right. Who doesn't know that we are dragon elephant sect? Can they really dare not get it? Linger said. The top 10 sects disciplines are just a little bit contradictory. There has never been a strong conflict. The dragon elephant sect itself is aligned with Tao creation sect, so Ji Yutong will appear in the dragon elephant sect before. Ji Yutong Elder often has our dragon elephant sect, and Ji Yutong Elder is also very good at Tao creation sect. Even Dean has to respect him. No one dares to bully our dragon elephant sect. Xiao Shanglan nodded. I don't know why, he just came to our dragon elephant sect. Luo Juyang is here. Don't they make an appointment? Shen Shang said. Your dragon elephant sect has a unique fusion spell, and Ji Yutong often comes to this door, apparently for fusion spell. Maybe, but Ji Yutong is an old man who is very good and often points to our dragon elephant sect's recognized refiner, Xiao Shanglan said. Shen Shang went to Tao creation sect before, just to see Ji Yutong. Now he didn't expect to see Ji Yutong in dragon elephant sect. Now he is Xiao Shanglan's discipline. He may see Ji Yu often in the future. Tong. Below the headless mountain range, there are several dragon elephant sect spies hiding in the trees. They saw a large black pressed thing flying over the sky. They took a closer look and couldn't help but take a few deep breaths. What is going on here? Did I see dragon elephant just now? 16 dragon elephant. You are not mistaken, it is the 16 dragon elephant. Although it has converged momentum, it can still sense the atmosphere of dragon elephant. The car is very familiar, It's Xiao Shanglan's senior sister. How can she have 16 dragon elephant? It's impossible, her mother is elder. It is the main force of this big team. With dragon elephant, it is impossible to lend her. And even if she lends her, there won't be that much. Right, did the elders say it? The Xiao senior sister is coming, and it is going to pass immediately, then stop the Xiao senior sister and not let him enter the depths of the mountains. Not only did the dragon elephant sect spies see it, but other spies such as the sect, the family and the Imperial Dragon Palace also saw the spectacular 16-headed dragon elephant towed the car in the air. Not a dragon elephant sect spy, but not familiar with Xiao Shanglan's car, they only think that the dragon elephant sect's super old undying came, and they sent back. Dragon elephant sect spies can't figure out what's going on at this time, but there are orders on it, and now they can only stop. Several spies released their own dragon elephant and then rode dragon elephant to the air. Xiao senior sister, is that you? Junior brother Wu Zhang, ordered to receive Xiao senior sister here. A black man said. Who is it? Shang'er cold voice asked. Xiao senior sister's father, Elder Xiao. Wu Zhang said quickly. He could hear that it was the voice of Shang'er, the male disciple in dragon elephant sect who didn't know that Xiao Shanglan always followed Shang'er and Ling, these two beautiful and alluring female slaves. After all, it is her own sect's disciple. Xiao Shanglan gives Shang'er sound transmission, so that she should not be so arrogant, so as not to be difficult to explain afterwards, generally like that's all right. Good to know, many thanks, we have to rush to the depths of the mountains, Shang'er said. At this time, Wu Zhang received a reply, which was sent by Xiao Shanglan's father Elder Xiao, let's release. Wu Zhang didn't know what was going on, and then let it go, but after he let it go, I saw a few people who stepped on divine sword in the distance. Shen Shang saw it from inside, and he had a face that he was very familiar with. That is the white man who smashed divine sword.